Mofish not in the bottom. This is Hutchie in the top left. Is he that way? And then I've got
Yeah, I
Myro
can.
up here, fresh off their double grand finals win day. How does that?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
that was pretty impressive. Although I mean, one of them was like a Mickey Mouse tournament where you play against people who barely had hands. So
I mean, that's just North Americans, you know.
yeah,
It's
yeah. I mean, how was that? What is that Kaizen? I suppose we can start there, right? Because what was that Kaizen tournament even like? Because it was like a weird hero band tournament, right? It's like with
it was
strange.
really scuffed.
Yeah.
I mean, we just signed up. I just signed us up without reading the rules, just to win a tournament. And so Saturday, the first game day, the mod contacts me and says like, "These are the bans for your game." I'm like, "What the fuck? What do you mean these are our bans?" And he's like, "Map one, Live Fever band with Doomfist and I think it was like Sombra." And I'm like, "What the fuck? What do you mean?" But so apparently they just randomized the bans, like one of each role for each
Yeah,
map.
the bands were randomized, which I don't know why they did, because I think people voted for a hero band tournament, right? Like Hachi was in the server saying they should start it, so they did like a mini tournament.
I was gonna say some really rude things in that server, honestly,
Yeah.
because they didn't really think it out in their head. Because they didn't really think like, oh, CGL, bigger tournament, you know, more people are going to want to do that, and then they were going to put the sign-ups for the same time as the next season of CGL. Like, what's the point in that? You gotta spread
Yeah,
it
you
out, you
were
know?
so pissed off. You came into my DMs fucking complaining about it.
Yeah,
Like,
I was so
these
angry.
Asian
I'm trying
people
to
are
play the
so
game.
stupid.
Yeah, that is stupid, right? It's like waiting for the CGL season to start the signups is terrible. But like at least they didn't. They actually took Hutchie's advice and now they're starting way earlier.
Yeah, they're starting like in a week.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, like
no.
Hallelujah.
really soon.
Sign-ups close 1st of June, open on the
Yeah.
16th. Let's get
And
signed up.
I mean the hero band tournament was voted for, right? And then it was like a weird hero band. It wasn't. I mean, I assume everyone by hero band thought it was going to be like pickable hero bands, not
Just how
randomized.
OCS does it, like,
Yeah,
right? Like,
yeah,
I just thought it was gonna be like that.
yeah. Not completely randomized hero bands. But I suppose that's enough about Mickey Mouse Kaizen, which you did win though. So I guess it's not that Mickey
You
Mouse,
want,
right?
yeah, every title's a title,
Yeah,
no matter how Mickey
exactly.
Mouse it is.
Yeah, yeah. So I guess should we move on to what we actually want to talk about, which is CGL season. Um, so should we start right from the beginning? And how did you guys even become like what was the start of this Dream Eaters team?
Oh, I actually went through the fucking server logs not long ago. I joined pretty late actually. It was a team made by Jamie. I don't think you know him. Uh,
Who is
and
Jamie? Is he
it, it's just a PC player, yeah.
Okay, no, I don't know who he is. Apologies,
He made
Jamie.
the org as well, but he suddenly left mid-season. He said he couldn't be bothered, so I'm the owner of Dream Eater now.
All right.
But he made like a team for like other tournaments before, and then he said like, "Oh, do you want to coach this team?" I'm like, "Sure." And so that's how we like inherited the core,
Yeah.
which was. Let me go check my roster.
Brig Suck, Starty.
Bricksuck, Starty, Pizza Bagel.
Right. Okay.
The
So
big three. The big
the
three.
big three.
Yeah.
Actually, what I want to know is before we even get into this is how did you find Chinese Dino? Because like, this guy is literally God among
Diamond
men.
in the rough. Oh my
Like
god.
actually a God among
Legit,
men.
legit. Just we posted our trial things everywhere, and then I don't know through where he contacted me.
And he just like reply. He just literally messaged you and he joined.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I
'cause
mean, we
he's
had like our trials were very extensive.
yeah.
Very extensive.
Yeah, I think we trialed like we didn't just have tank trials. We had Hachi as well, Solar also the same trials. So we were just like doing intern because we had so many trials. We could just do a team plus the trials and just have a full lobby.
Yeah.
So we just did that over and over, and I made them play specific comps and matchups and like swap the teams around how I wanted it.
Yeah.
And so yeah, so I'm seeing them DMs here. He just messaged me. He's like, "Oh, I saw you were looking for a tank player. If you have any open spots, let me know." And
Right.
then
So I guess
yeah,
that was pretty easy to get um, Chinese Dino, which is I suppose that's a massive moment in the season, right? Because Chinese Dino joins, and then immediately he's like the best tank in the tier. Like, he's like so good, and also like he's now good in what's it like the University League as well, like the UK University League. He's also like really good in that now. So, it was a really good find before the start of the season.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Funnily enough, the guy wasn't even gonna be the tank we went for at the start.
Really?
Yeah. We had like I think it was like availability was a bit scuffed. We had like 2 weeks of trials, and we had like 3 tanks. We had a guy that was like
What was the name?
very
Kyo or
heavy.
something?
Oh yeah, well no, that guy we accepted him before in Chinese Dinos, but then the
Got
guy
you.
said like, oh, I'm not sure I'm gonna actually play the game. So I was like, okay, fuck you. I'm gonna get new trials. And so we had 3 trials. We had Hamburger.
Go.
Yeah, from GM tier.
Yeah.
And then we had like a Doom player, but like a mostly dive tank player. I think it was
it
NA as
Jaden?
well.
Oh no. It was,
No, I don't remember the name. And then we had Chinese Dinos, and so
Yeah.
at the start we were gonna go with Hamburger.
Yeah. He's like a perfectly serviceable, like actually bet. He's like a good Masters tier tank as well, right? Like
Yeah, I saw him and he was good in comps and he
Yeah.
played good, and I was like, okay, this is fine. Chinese Dinos, he didn't really impress. Like he did like the first weeks of trials, he didn't really do anything special. And then I think the last day we had like we did an internal for like 3 hours.
Oh yeah.
And Chinese Dinos just fucking shit on everyone in the lobby. He just
'Cause we played-
absolutely. Yeah, it was the last trial. I remember saying like this is the last trial, and the guy just fucking showed up and shit on everyone. I think he went like 14-0 on watch point or something,
yeah.
and we were like, oh shit, we're fucking this
Maybe
guy.
you need
Never
him,
mind.
Maybe you need him. Actually.
Yeah,
maybe you need him.
exactly.
I guess what a saving watch point he did for you in that. Although
Truly, yeah.
It's really insane watch point.
We just loaded into the lobby and we were told to
yeah.
just spam 2 hours of Queen, Juno, Brig, Genji, Soj, and I was like, oh, this is so fun. Yeah, I get to play Brig the whole time, and then
I remember
Chinese
that,
Dinos on the
right?
other team, so
Yeah.
GG.
I
you know?
remember that comp, which was like, because that was at the point where we were also scrimming at that point, but not on the CGL team. We weren't ever scrimming you, but we'd seen that, like, maybe not with Queen, but we'd seen that similar thing, and we thought that was quite good. But it was insane fine to find Chinese Dino there, right?
Yeah, I think we got
Yeah.
pretty lucky, to be
And he
honest.
grew into
And-
such a big player as well, because he didn't have the big hero pool that we wanted to start. And it's literally just like he'd pick up heroes that Mario wanted. Like in 2 weeks, he'd just make an account.
He was
and
a
just
Ram
one trick
Winston
it.
2 trick. He was a Ram Winston 2 trick. Yeah,
That's
nothing
crazy.
else.
Yeah, he picked up the Queen, picked up the ball
And then-
so quick.
Yeah, I picked up the Queen, and then like middle of CGL, I said, "Yo, play ball." And one week,
And
he got the
just play
tech, he
ball.
got
He
everything.
could just play ball.
He started playing ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's actually just little jumping. Like, it's
True.
insane. Yeah. I guess
now,
that
now there's Project Diva for
yeah,
him.
Project Diva. Oh no. Maybe he can play Diva as well. If he can play Diva, he's just the guy, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Apparently, it's his worst hero by far, so we're gonna have to see how
I mean,
that
it's
works
Diva. I
out.
mean, surely it can't be that hard, right?
I don't know. He's not console, so
Yeah.
You might have to tilt his screen a bit to get the hand
Yeah, get the handbend buff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess that takes me to where I was right at the start of CGL. To be honest, like I wasn't really gonna play in CGL because I'd barely just started playing the game again, and I was on like the Mojo team, and we at that point were having lots of success. Although I think from looking back on it, it was maybe a bit Mickey Mouse because I think we were scrimming like. We were scrimming at the right SR, but potentially the teams we were scrimming weren't very good at that SR. And I think it's almost like this weird vacuum where we just kept getting unlucky and we'd keep getting, like, we would get, like, 3.9k scrims, and then we'd turn up and they'd be diamond players. And it'd be, like a really... We'd win all these scrims, but it was probably, like, really Mickey Mouse and actually didn't really mean anything.
I mean, if you're scrimming PC teams most of the time, if you PC, you need to add like 500 SR.
Yeah.
I mean, deduct 500 SR from what they're advertising.
Yeah, we're probably
that
should
was
have
also an
been
issue
scrimming,
that
like,
we run when-
4.3k. It's like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, depends also where you're looking and what servers.
yeah. I don't know.
We
I
were
didn't
also
find
just
any of the
scrimming
scrims. So,
3.7 for the longest time
yeah.
on 3 meters.
So that was where we were on Mojo, and then Staney was obviously on this SCR team, and
You and Stoney go way back.
yeah, me and Staney go way back, almost further than I go back with Hutchie. That's
Mhm.
right.
Jesus,
So
you guys are so old.
yeah, 6 years now with Staney is criminal.
OG grinders.
Um, so I decided to join Staney's team because I'll be honest, like the idea was to join this SCR team and bring over the Mojo top 10 players. But that was a lot harder. That became a lot harder than it would have seemed. So I joined this SCR team, and in my first scrim with this SCR team, Chicken Pro's on tank. Now,
Aye.
no, there's a specific moment I remember where we're on Suravasa and he's on Junker Queen, right? And it's what's the point with the ocean on the left? Like it's you know that one where it's like the ocean is on one side where you can boot people off on
Which
Suravasa.
map are we talking
Well, on
about?
both sides,
Sir,
it's not
Vasa.
like on
Okay.
all 4 points.
No, no,
there's
but
movable
it's
points.
outside. This one's outside. There's no roof.
There's gardens, there's fountains.
Oh, is it
I
the one
think
with the
it's
high ground and
Fountain. I
the
think it's
stairs
Fountain,
with two
right?
sides? Oh, is it that one?
So on Fountain, we're going to walk to the high ground, and we're saying walk high ground, right? So I'm calling to walk high ground. My whole team is in the high ground, and Chicken Bro's the hard left. He's all the way left. He's actually like, he's
What the fuck?
walking. He's walking
He's on
his
Mega.
own to point. He's actually
It's
just
on Mega.
I don't, this happens, like, and I'm genuinely in disbelief that this is happening. Like, and it happens multiple times. And then luckily, I think, I get explained that Chicken Pro's not actually the tank player. Because, unfortunately, we seem to be on one of these teams where it's like, oh, we give everyone maps and scrims.
No, grow up.
And it's, yeah, and
This woke nonsense.
it's a little
That's
bit grim.
indeed woke nonsense.
Yeah, but we eventually talked them out of like giving everyone maps, and we kind of just getting to scrimming, and actually we don't scrim again until our first CGL game.
Like, what happened there? Like, why? What happened there?
I don't know. And then by the way, Shadowy claims there's gonna be a lot.
We
Of,
scrimmed
there's
you
a
guys
shadow-
not long before CGL.
True.
oh no, we might have
Like,
scrimmed
this
you
was
once before.
A
CGL.
week before CGL,
Yeah.
I remember we scrimmed you guys and it was like 3-3.
We might have.
And then we were very angry after that,
Yeah.
and then that was the turning point. That was like the flick switch, you know?
We might have
Yeah, we
scrimmed
just knocked the
like
fuck in.
a few, maybe once or twice before CGL starts. And actually, to be honest, like I think it's maybe odds up, but I think looking back, I don't think we were that bad at the start of the season because I think Mauga was really strong, and I think JYT was really good at Mauga. Like, what is happening to the light?
It's a fucking old. I need to fucking change it, but I'm so lazy. I'm so lazy.
Unbelievable.
Right,
Right, so-
In my eyes, with your
Yeah.
with your team at that point, right? It's like you've got a great meta for you. You've got your Juno, you've got Staney, you got you and Brig. Like
Yeah.
it's looking good. And you got your Malga player, like brilliant. But as soon as it transitions out of that sort of meta, you don't really improve. While other teams are still
Yeah.
improving, so it kind of felt like you peaked and stayed at that point.
But yeah,
Right
this
at the
is what I'm
start.
about to come on, right? It's like in our first game against EMPR, we actually play pretty well, but it's like we lose, but it's like it's fine because it's like our third game ever together. And like it's okay. I think maybe I like fucked the hero draft or like the ban draft on the fourth map. And like maybe I shouldn't have banned. I think I like banned Queen and they never played Queen. And I should have just banned like a different hero. I should have banned Venture, but I didn't. I don't know why. But I was completely in charge of like the hero, like the hero bans and the map bans because no one else had any opinions on this team. Like
Check the
about
reins.
anything. So we lose to EMPR and it's actually like so fine. Like at this point, I'm like it's really fine and we can keep going. What was your guys' week one match? Was it like Dragon's Gravity?
Oh, it was
Yeah, one of
yeah.
this bottom feeder teams. Yeah.
But this is before they replace all their players, right? So this is like even worse. Dragon's
This is
Gravity.
pre-Lawood. This is
Yeah.
pre-Aura Lawood. Like, yeah, this is when they
Did
weren't.
he
there.
replace one? I completely missed some. I'm not gonna lie. We had Dragons with Gravity here.
Yeah.
Let me see what the enemy team. Okay. Spider Skull. They still have Petite Weed and Spider Skull. I know those players were
Yeah.
at the
I
end.
think
there.
they continued, right? As everyone else just got kicked.
Yeah, I think they had a proper rebrand halfway through,
Yeah.
or like right at the start.
Dragon's Gravity kind of stay the same,
Oh,
except
is
getting
it Dragon's Aura that kick everyone? I mean,
It's Dragon's Aura that
yeah,
upgraded.
Ah.
One of the Dragons teams kicked everyone and just basically started again. And then I think maybe by the end of the season they're actually not that bad. I mean, they're like definitely not the 8th team by the end of the season. So there's that week 1 matchup, and actually after the week 1 matchup, I'm thinking, I think probably we're not gonna win CGL, but I'm at least thinking it's like we can at least make playoffs. And I think that's fine. We then have a big problem soon comes to mind, which is that JYT has really bad availability, like really, really bad availability. Which is a problem, right? When your only tank player has bad availability, it's like a genuine problem. Oh, well, Chicken Pro is our sub-tank, but I mean, what can you say about that one?
So like what? No one has the balls to get like a proper second tank.
No, I think we had a full roster or something like that. Like, we had so many bench players, we had a full roster. So
You're allowed 11 on there, mate.
Yeah,
Like,
there was-
one
we had
person
it-
can get the fucking.
we had 11.
the
We had 11,
boot.
yeah. Because we had me, Stainy, JYT, Shadow, Salmon, Flickslow, Lazy Bunny, Octane.
But like, who is this Flick Slow and Lazy Bunny?
Yeah,
Like, just
okay.
get them. I've never seen them in my life. Like what?
These guys become key members of the story in like a little bit.
Oh,
okay.
my bad.
They are main
Let him
characters
turn the
in this
page, bro. Let him
story.
turn the
Yeah.
page. Come on,
So-
let him get through it.
So week 2 comes along, right? And I'm pretty sure it's this one. It's week 2, and we're playing against who is it? We're playing against Coconuts of
You had
Victory.
the easy week 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah. So
I
this
remember
Coconuts
correctly.
of Victory game should be really easy, except for one problem. I'm on tank. Right?
Mm.
So I'd consider myself not terrible at tank. Like, I'd say I'm okay.
Serviceable.
But, like, I'm not good at tank. I'm only good at Orisa, right? So, we play this
Fair enough.
game out, and it's, like, genuinely, we somehow win this first map, and the second map, we just get absolutely, like, dogged on Eichenwald. But my team can't play Eichenwald, I guess. Like, it's just, you know, Eichenwald fever, I guess. No video game was playing Eichenwald. So, we stop after Eichenwald. Also, I think at this point, Flickslow actually is in the team. So Flickslow...
Yeah, he has 12 deaths on Eichenwald
yeah.
in 12 minutes.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
So Flickslow is actually our second DPS player at this point. And to be fair to him, he's a solid geezer. I have no complaints about him. He's a really nice guy. And he sounds like JC4 Hatcheat. Like, exactly like JC4.
That guy
But...
takes me back.
Yeah, so this guy's really nice. I have no complaints about him. And honestly, I thought he was okay. Like, I think he's, like, fine player. I mean, he does have 12 deaths on Eichenwald, but, you know, what can you do?
It can happen. It can
Yeah,
happen.
I don't have a single kill, by the way, on this map. So
Yeah, you're 0-8.
so maybe my fault. But I think the thing is, I think we're playing ball here, because, like, I can play ball, but my team has never played with Wrecking Ball ever. Like, it's just, it's really, really bad. So, you know what?
Yeah.
We ignore the second world, and we do somehow win this map. But we win, but Suravasa is an absolute dogfight. Like, a generational dogfight. I think it takes me, like,
3-2.
yeah, like, it's insane. I think, personally, from what I remember, is I went absolutely off in this map. Like, I was, like, having to switch tank every point just to hard counter their tank. Which I suppose isn't a very honourable way of playing, but it somehow got us over the line. But I actually didn't... Once again, I'm going to cope really hard and say I didn't feel too bad after this game. Because I thought it was an example of, like, JYT couldn't play, and obviously it was fine if we didn't lose this game, because JYT wasn't there, right?
I mean,
It's
I
not your
think it's
best look.
fine, to be honest, because this Coconuts of Victor team has, like, the core of the team that finished second last
Yeah.
last season.
They
Don't
ended
even
up being a proper like gateway like
Yeah.
team, so they would beat all the teams
Yeah.
above, lose all the teams below.
don't
kind
even
of
get
thing.
me started on last CGL Masters tier season, because that again is coming up later, right? So
I remember we were scrimming all the teams and we like fucking 6-0 the winners.
Oh,
Blade group got like
yeah.
6-0 whatever in the scrim. It just blew them out of the water. And we
So-
were like, yeah, this is gonna be good next season.
Yeah. One thing I'd like to add here at this point, right, is that let's introduce a new character this story, Lazy Bunny, or they're called like Dr. Richtofen in I don't
Oh
Yeah.
no!
Richtofen.
Yes.
Oh,
In the
now
game.
I know
In
it is.
the game.
This
In the
is
game.
main
In the
support
game.
player.
Yes.
Oh.
So they're a main support player. And to be fair, they are competent in the video game. Like they can
yeah.
use their hands. But unfortunately, and I do apologize, I'm not being ableist or whatever, they can't talk. Like they actually just can't talk.
Huh?
They're mute. They
Mute.
can't talk.
Lazuli
Oh, it's like
minus the
Lazuli,
death thing,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, but they're not deaf because they can definitely hear. Trust me, they can hear.
There's proof of this. Okay.
Right. So they can't talk, right? So it's actually really bad when you sub them in, because the big problem is that Octane, as much as he's absolute schizo and says a load of words, at least he's talking, right? Whereas you
Yeah.
replace the man who doesn't stop talking with the woman who who can't talk,
Doesn't talk. Yeah.
then it's like
It's
a
a woman?
really, I think so. Then it's
Oh my
like
God.
then it's like
Lord.
it's a really bad switch up, right? Like it's really really bad. And that's what the scrims when we put them in were like. Like it was just really tough to play with one player who couldn't come. Like especially on a map where they could possibly ever be dived. Like they just couldn't say anything. So it was really difficult to play with them. No, normally I'd have no problems with a person like this. They're just trying to do what they love, right?
Mhm.
But after every single map loss, they would type in the chat and just. Normally it was directed at me. Right? It'd be like, why didn't you ban? Let's just give an example of. It could be something like this. Let's say it was New Junk City, and I banned Ramatra, and then we got pummeled by Venture, and they'd be like, why didn't you ban Venture? I'm like, because I didn't know they played Venture. Like, I don't know these nobodies on Coconuts of Victory who play Venture. Like, I don't know this guy. And then they would type in the chat, oh, it would have been much smarter to ban Venture there. And I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, with hindsight, I should have banned Venture, right? Or another thing they would do is, like, you'd win the map, but they'd be like, that would have been much easier if you hadn't beat it here. I'd be like, okay, well, cheers, but, like, I really don't care what you think, right? Like, I really do not care. But this was a
Yeah.
reoccurring theme the whole season. They would constantly type in between maps. They would always have to be in the VC, right? They always have to be in the VC. And they would constantly type between maps about what we'd done wrong or what blunder I'd made with the hero bans, right? Like, it was genuinely bad. Like, it was really bad. They really annoyed me to an unreal degree. So let's introduce another character who is very famous, but I haven't talked about him yet, and his name is Shadowy, right?
Oh, we're into the meat and potatoes of it now. Here we go.
So-
yeah, here we go. Now we're getting into shit.
So let's just say I've just played tank and absolutely had a dogfight on heroes I've got like 12 hours on against Coconuts of Victory, and then someone tells me, "Oh, do you know Shadowy's actually a tank player?" And I'm like,
I can vouch for this.
I'm like,
he is a tank player.
what? Shadowy is a tank player? So,
Yeah.
not only what he's done at the start of the season is because he doesn't want to be benched for JYC, he's just made himself a DPS player, right? So he's just made himself a DPS player. And then also, when we needed a tank player, he hasn't said, oh, why don't we put me on tank, who's played tank? Also, but he got playoffs last year in CGL Masters tier, maybe. Or maybe it was GM tier, I don't know. He has some crazy
Yeah, I think I
achievement.
saw him in Masters. He was on. Was he on Played Group?
He might have been something like that. So he
Yeah.
was also apparently he like this will become an even bigger part of the story. But he's the goat at Winston. He's the white boy Gooshway.
Okay.
Apparently he beat like I don't know. Did he beat Deez the Rules in a dive mirror? I mean, Hutchie has his thoughts on that one.
High barrier.
But so I learned about these two facts. Well, not this fact about Shadowy not being an DPS player after this second game. And like to be fair, I understand that he's the captain and he wants to play with his friends, right? So I'm not particularly angry because we win this game. Now a real plague of our season starts happening. We just don't scrim this whole next week. We don't get a single scrim. And then he has the audacity to lie and say that I never turned up to the scrims. I would turn up to any scrim that happened. But he would never find them. And like, genuine like despair that we would never scrim. And then we'll keep moving on. We go to week 3. What did you guys do in week 3? You had... where are you? Dream.
I think it's quite important to talk about week
it's
1 and
it's
2
VA
as well.
Catholic, I think.
What happened in
Yeah,
week 1
and 2 is quite important as well because we had a massive Brigstock-sized gaping hole in our backline where he just didn't turn up to anything for the first like month
Why?
or 2 months. I don't know. He just wasn't playing. He
he-
wasn't available.
He just was checked out.
So yeah, I managed to take the reins of the Lucio, which we all know how good that can go. So
it's
yeah, we weren't
checked
exactly
out.
at our strongest. This was when we were peak Queen gameplay, sort
Yeah.
of going first, pilled, trying to play our Queen comp. You know,
Yeah.
we were rolling through people in our scrims, slowly climbing up the SR ladder on the scrims. So no, it was good. It was fun.
You
But then
played both
Brigstock
drag-
comes back in,
Yeah, and it gets
So-
better.
and it gets better.
And then
So I actually have a Lucio guy.
I mean, in week 2, you guys play this absolute, like, genuine... I don't even know how to describe these guys. Damaging Mythic. Right? Because,
Yeah, that's not a real team.
like, I'm convinced... I mean, I think we actually really struggled in our game against them. Oh, no, do we not play them? Oh, no, this is the team... Oh, no, we do play. We play them in week 3.
I think they forfeited against us as well.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Like
so
last second.
what I don't really understand is this team seemed to FF, like, half their games. But
Yeah.
they just didn't get kicked out at any point. Like, they FF'd against you and then FF'd against us. But I don't. I thought like if you FF'd like 3 games in a row, that was enough to get kicked out of CGL. But I guess not.
I mean, I think those players are like not unknown. I think like they knew someone in the mod team or something. Like, I think they managed to convince the mod.
That always
like,
helps.
I mean,
They were also in last season. I'm seeing of CGL,
right.
so that
Yeah.
does help. They were in the last season. I don't know where they finished. They finished second to last, 4-4, and that's okay. Then you have the inactive teams.
Yeah.
Uh,
So it's I guess
They got
it's-
their wins on
yeah,
the
well,
board.
They got
Actually,
4
like
wins.
you talk about Shadowy, like he was on 07, and they finished first in the regular season.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing that he would constantly say, and like I just don't get it. Like how? Like how bad? I've never seen this guy play tank, but maybe he's actually like the goat on tank. But
He's not bad, bro.
I mean, yeah,
Genuinely.
but I just don't
Yeah,
understand.
I think it was really good because I remember us saying, like Shadowy is like the one guy we have to really watch out for on SCR.
Yeah.
I think that
But
was something.
that's
Okay, I'm
like-
gonna keep it real. You're the one who was saying that. No one
Yeah.
else thought it. I'm just gonna say it now.
I saw it. I saw him back you up, but she's like, I mean,
Okay, fair.
But he's I just don't understand why he's playing DPS, right? Like, and then because he's playing DPS, we can't sign a DPS back because we can't bench the captain, right? Like, you can't bench the captain for obvious reasons. So should we? What happened in? And then in week 3, you guys had that absolute dogfight, right? With Cat Plague.
I mean that's also like we kind of shit. We didn't scrum once on that map pool.
Yeah.
It was really bad availability. We showed up. We didn't know anything about him, so our draft was completely fucked. We should have 3-0'd actually. I don't know how if you remember. It was like it was Runa Sapi. It
All
was
I
2
remember
up,
is Runa Sapi.
and it's
That's all I
Runa
remember.
Sapi, and we have like a 120-meter lead with like 1 minute left to go,
Yeah.
and we fucking lose the map.
That's grim.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then we lose the next map because they just roll out on a comp that fucks our comp, and we kind of shot ourselves in the foot with the bans because we didn't know what the fuck they were
Yeah.
gonna play. And so we lose the second map. And the last map we clutched it up, but it was a wake up call there.
Yeah. But you got through. You got through Cat Plague. Just about. Is this before they were good, or is this? Do they have the good players?
Well, they've always been good. They were scrimming like
Yeah, they were always good.
4.4
Oh,
the
they
whole way
have.
through.
They have Inferno and Kate. Yeah. Okay. So this is. I didn't know whether they changed halfway through, but no, this is actually.
No, no,
the-
no.
No, they're
the
full
original roster.
strength. I mean, this also really stressed me out because I was looking at like the schedule and like you guys, you lost your first game, but you had like 3 wins, like three free wins
Yeah.
basically after that, right? And so if we lost this game, there was a real chance we could miss out on the mid-season.
Yeah, this is a big thing about
tournament.
mid-season, right? It's like if you'd have lost, you could lose one match and then be out of mid-season. Like
I think there were like 4 teams that were like 3-1,
yeah,
and it was just like strength of schedule decided at the end
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
day, like if we had lost this, there was like a real chance if like one other team wins with like a map differential, we would not be in the
Yeah.
mid-season.
and obviously the mid-season it's only 4 teams, which I suppose is time, right? I mean the reason it's like that is time. So going into this week 4 is again we're actually like not this is when we have a bye in week 4, so we get the free win and we go into mid-season. What did you guys have? You had where are you?
Anomaly.
You had Anomaly. I mean, these are just another not real people.
I think they were pretty. I mean, they finished third in the end, right?
Yeah, they did,
Uh,
right? But did they not another one who changed the whole team?
No, I don't think so. And also the problem is I wasn't there for this game, and we also didn't have our DPS. So with that,
Oh, right.
we had to emergency sign another DPS.
Yeah.
Which
Ah, the
shout out
birth of
Chinese
Kwai.
dinos
Hmm.
brings Kwai and his friend from uni,
Yeah.
and Kwai fucking shits on them, and so I guess
So
it's
that's how
fine.
you
But I
discover
completely missed
Kwai.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It is because he filled for that game, and then
Yeah.
every time we needed a DPS fill, he would come and fill for us. And then week 6 or something, start he said I don't want to play DPS anymore. So then he just became starter on the roster.
Yeah. I mean, there you go. That's how you found another hit scan player. Wow,
Flex
you're a
DPS player.
Oh, is he? Oh, he is a flex DPS player. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Who was your? By the
Which
way,
was really good.
Who was your,
because we
like,
then had.
Puerto Rican hit scan player or whatever? Dominican hit scan player?
Bro,
What
get
was
the
it?
law right. Panamanian.
Bro. It's
Panama.
Panamanian.
Right. Who is this guy?
He's got too much aura. Tigger.
Tiger,
So
yeah.
much
Yeah.
aura.
I mean, to
It's
be
so
fair, I
much
don't know why I'm
aura.
saying who is this guy because I've seen him many times before. Like, I've definitely seen Tigger before, on many teams. So, and he's pretty solid, and he played well in that grand finals. So fair play to
I
Tigger.
don't know where he comes from, to be honest. I don't know how Jamie got him. It was not me who signed him. He was like in the Dream Eater server. He was not on the roster.
Yeah.
But then at the end of the day, he started playing, and then I came in after that. So I inherited him as well.
Yeah.
He joined a bit later than the others, I think.
Well, I mean that's what happens,
Um,
right? You like build the roster over through the course of the season, especially when there's no roster lock. You know, you can
Yeah.
just keep signing players, which is maybe a thing that they should. Do you think that's the thing maybe they should have is like a stricter roster lock or?
I think. I mean, no. There's too much like
Yeah.
changing, people dropping out. Like
I
we're not.
guess-
No
Especially
one's,
at the
no
standard
one's on a
league.
contract here, you know. So you can't do it like
Yeah,
OHCS.
yeah.
They're on a contract. They can't back out. But
Yeah.
here, there's constantly like you need subs, fills, people
Yeah.
stop playing the game or whatever.
Do you think? I mean, kind of related to this. Do you think that maybe like there should be a thing to prevent teams from dropping everyone and then picking up a whole new roster like mid-season in CGL? Because I feel like that's a. I mean, that's a a problem where it's like people finish in like the bottom three, and then in mid-season, then they just drop the whole roster and sign a new one.
Yeah, I mean, you can like start looking at the rules, like keep
Yeah.
at least like 3 or 2 players. But then again, like they allow a roster of 11 people, so it
Yeah.
doesn't affect you really.
Exactly. You can just bench those players, right? I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that would probably wouldn't really change anything. So then we get to mid-season, which our first meeting, our first encounter in in CGL. But hope in our team has not been quite crushed yet. It's not. It's not. The building isn't falling down yet, but it's very close. It's like held
Oh,
up.
we were so confident
Yeah,
in
it's
this
held up by
match.
one pillar. Like we knew we were gonna lose this game, but like we're still kind of thinking, okay, we're just gonna finish second in CGL, hopefully.
Mhm.
We're kind of hoping that we can improve to a point where we can finish second. But this game was actually this was the first time where we just got absolutely shit on playing Maga, right? Like this was the
I mean, you won King's Row, I
Yeah.
remember. We shit the bed very hard on that map. Like, we full capped with so much time left, and you guys managed to actually win the map.
yeah. I think that's the thing. Right? I think we were good at Maga, like actually quite good at Maga. But we couldn't really play anything else, so it was kind of rough.
The
We
Malcolm
also
kind of
s-
just sucks
yeah,
against
we
our
we
queen.
just
and
figured it out. We
yeah.
just like since at the start of like the season, we scrimmed you against Amalgam, we struggled against Amalgam, and I was telling my team like, how the fuck are you guys struggling against Amalgam? It's so easy.
Yeah.
And like it's simple. Like we just played the queen against a Juno
Yeah.
Rig, so we just got a free ult fight every time. Then we put the Sombra in, we just EMP'd the cage every time you cage, and we
Yeah.
just won the cage fights. And just off of that, it's so easy to
Yeah.
just
It's just
win everything.
It's really hard to win when you can only play one thing, and then and you guys can play like a direct kind of. I mean, obviously you have like the skill diff as well, but I feel like there's a reduced skill element, right, in like a hard brawl matchup. Like I feel like there's a reduced individual skill element and maybe more of a cohesion element, which I mean we
I mean,
weren't
the
bad at
thing
it
is,
this
like, we
point.
were just allowed to counter comp you guys. We
Yeah.
were allowed to, like, beforehand, we were allowed to just theory craft whatever the fuck we wanted because we knew exactly what you guys
Yeah.
were gonna do. And I think Hachi, I mean, we remember, right? You guys were playing against us, and I think Shadow was streaming. And we watched the VOD back after the game, right? And we're hearing you guys like talk like, oh, what are gonna play? What do we ban? And you're just completely like you have no fucking clue what we're gonna play.
Shadowy,
Like, you're like,
don't even get me
oh,
started
they're
on
gonna go
Shadowy stream.
Diva. They're gonna go Diva. I think they play some Orisa. We've never touched a zero before, like in our time. So your bans just come out. If we're like, okay, we'll take the bans. Like it doesn't affect us anyway. And we're just allowed to ban exactly what, like we know exactly what you guys wanna play. So our draft just is such an advantage,
Yeah.
and it's like it's so hard to lose at
I
that
mean,
point.
Shadowy stream became an obvious problem when the big problem is that everyone knows that Shadowy streams the games, right? So it started becoming a big problem when like I think maybe it was in the week 2 game where it was first obvious where it's like we wanted to do something. I think maybe I wanted to play Ball on Eichenwald. No, it was I wanted to play Winston on Eichenwald, right? And then like I don't know what, and then suddenly Winston's their ban on Eichenwald. Like, I'm not saying anything, but like I don't think they're banning Winston against the guy who in the first map I don't think I got off from Marcher the whole time. Like I don't think they're ever banning Winston there if they can't jump in Shadowy stream and just stream snipe what we want to do. Like,
Doesn't he have a delay or?
no, he plays no delay.
Oh, it's because of the console, isn't it? You can't delay on
Yeah.
console. Ah,
Ah,
classic.
So
Classic.
So he streams with no delay, which was just awful. And then the mid-season game was I mean, what can you, like, we lost and it was I played really bad, I thought, as well. But then it's also like that was when I was the only one talking and I was turning a corner and no one followed me. Which was a big
I remember that VOD. That was funny
Yeah.
to listen to and watch.
But then what was after? But then it was after that. What was? I mean, you guys won mid-season, right? What happened in that was that easy?
Yeah, we just
Yeah.
did a complete read of them.
Yeah. I mean,
after
you
our
were playing
first
that
game.
at
Ah,
Orisa
y-
stuff, right? You're playing that at Orisa. Or was that?
That was
we-
yeah.
I mean, they stream sniped us.
Yeah.
Like I was streaming our scrims and we made this counter come for them. But they fucking watched
They
it,
were
so they
watching
come
you
out in
stream.
Oasis, map 1 Oasis, and we have like this Orisa Torb comp, and they ban the fucking Torb, and I'm like, oh, no one bans the fucking
No
Torb
one
in there
bans
unless they know
Torb
we want to
here.
play fucking
Yeah.
Torb. So that was so obvious, and we like, we were not good at the Orisa. Like, the team just doesn't understand how to take a fucking angle. So we kind of dropped the Orisa after that map. We clutched it up in the 1-1, 99-99.
Yeah.
And after that, I'm just I say like, get back on the fucking
Yeah.
queen. Stop doing this woke nonsense. And it's way easier after that one.
I was very happy to have my one important inclusion in the whole series of the clutch call to ban May on New Junk City. That was the only thing that I managed to do that.
Yeah, that was a
series.
good ban. Even though the casters fucking shit on us for the May ban.
Yeah,
The
they don't
casters-
get it. They don't see
in
it.
every game you guys played, the casters didn't like you. I actually don't know what it was. Like the
Honestly,
casters
every
Yeah,
single
I know,
caster was against
yeah.
us the whole season. All
It's
of them
like
thought
the
every
whole
other
season.
team
Insane.
thought that we were going to
Yeah.
lose and another team were going to win.
It's
Like it was so
unbelievable.
funny.
We'll get on to the grand final, but the casters in the grand final, in my opinion, were pretty bad. But
Grant, I actually liked them. The Geo and
no,
the
they weren't
Edward.
into it though. They weren't. They just didn't care. Like they actually just didn't care.
I mean, they knew
Mm.
it was over before the game started. To be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of could tell in the server that everyone kind of knew what was going to happen. But
Yeah.
I think those two are definitely like the best casters.
they are
in
the better
CPL.
ones. Yes, I agree.
They are the
Um,
better ones. Yeah.
They have the least terrible takes to.
They they also, as I say, they don't say stupid shit, right? Which some of the casters do say like really dumb
Yeah,
shit.
they just say because they don't know what to say, and they
Yeah.
say to say something. They say something stupid instead of
Yeah.
just not saying anything at that point. I think the other caster I like is the Moti Neva. I think that guy's pretty good.
Right. Yeah.
And then some other they just yap. They just say things to
Yeah,
say
they
things.
just
and
say-
it's like,
yeah. Yeah. The
It's like a
classic.
Jaws and Overwatch OWCS
they,
moment,
They
you know.
pick Genji
Classic.
because Genji has deflect. That's a classic line. Or they pick or the old.
That's a Freya moment.
Yeah. This is a,
That's a Freya moment.
So moving on from mid-season, we'll keep going forward in this. We kind of get to like week 5. Now this is where they fall. The wheels are like they're almost off. Okay.
I think I know what it is gonna be.
They're
This is-
almost off. They're not quite off until week 6, but they're very nearly off at this point because as much as we beat Dragons or a 3-0, it was not a good 3-0. Like it felt really bad. Unfortunately, whoever ran this lobby didn't put the stats code on, so we can't see what happened. But this is really bad. But one good thing is we have Yop, which makes it so much easier. Having Yop in the lobby just makes it like infinitely easier.
It's a Soj player, right? Yeah.
Yeah. It just makes it like infinitely easy to have like Yop in the lobby instead of having like Flixstar. I mean, Flixstar is fine, but Yop can carry the lobby, and we actually have a real hit scan player. And we can't. So it's like because we just had flex DPS players before. So that makes it a lot easier. We still don't have Mojo because it turns out Mojo just never gonna get his SR like data request. So he just never got it. I think he might have been doing it wrong, but who knows?
I think I was messaging you almost every day around this time, like, because I knew you were trying to get Mojo, and I knew
Yeah.
as soon as you get Mojo, your team's going to be like 1.5 times better instantly, because
Yeah.
he's a lot better than what you had.
He's so
planned
much more
before,
flexible
so
as well.
flexible. He talks like he understands push pull. Like, it's so much better.
Yeah, and it would have been so much better than Mojo, but we just couldn't get him. I mean, the idea was to get him before playoffs, but we didn't even play in the playoffs, so it doesn't even matter. Which is another story. So,
yeah, I mean, what the fuck was going on there?
so we get to so week 5. What do you guys do in week 5? You play.
Was that the EMPR?
Yeah, you play EMPR in that one. Yeah.
Yeah, and they was it? Yeah, they forfeited, right?
No, they didn't.
No,
we played it.
we 3-1.
Oh, really?
It's
Oh, yeah.
the Hollywood, like they banned Winston
Oh,
Hollywood.
fuck. Oh no, we tried to play
It's
ball
so
before we
good.
tried to play ball. Yeah, it
Oh,
was-
I've watched this
No,
map.
I mean, we
I've
have played
definitely watched this
ball.
map. for
But my
some reason-
backline just fucking shits the bed so hard. It just
Yeah,
throws
we
the
have
fucking
a
game.
from like mid-season onwards, we kind of understood that we had a massive backline gap in every single dive matchup we had. Not in our favor, may I add,
Mhm.
not in our favor. So yeah, that was kind of a big issue for us, and it made all our dive matchups like the worst matchup for us, even though it wasn't even
I mean,
like
yeah,
that
courtesy
bad.
of my flex support basically being a Moria OTP at this point.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
that's not helpful. Like really not helpful.
Yeah.
Makes me
Yeah.
feel great when it's when it's my only match of like my only map of like the whole series for every single game as well. It's like the one time we actually play
Yeah,
badly.
I remember.
So
my
fun.
flex support was playing so bad. The series like Nepal won 2-0, but it was two like 99 or 99.99s, you know. And Hollywood, like I was looking at Nepal and we're playing so bad. Then Hollywood would just get shit on because we play so bad, and then I just sub myself in.
Yeah,
I sub
that.
myself
Yeah.
in the flex support, and we just shit on them.
I mean,
Was
yeah.
it Esperanza?
Esperanza, yeah, like
Ah.
the Ana, the nano clock where I just nade 5
That
people,
felt so
sleep their
good.
nano clock, you know,
Insane.
to win. But then yeah, after that it's not close.
So then we go on to the famous week 6, which is the
This was really bad from you guys. We remember, I remember watching this live, and
We
were
were
like,
watching
"What?"
it, yeah. We were watching the
So-
live stream.
so-
we were just cheering on LeWood, like. It was
to
like-
start,
What? Jesus Christ!
we've got a
just
big problem
runs the
because
buckets.
I'm on tank again. Like this is another me on tank game. Oh no, I'm also on tank the week before. By the way, the week before against Dragons, whoever we played the week before, I was also on tank, and I played pretty okay in this one before, and I think I played pretty okay in this one, but I'm just not a tank player, right? Like it's like what can I actually do here? So we go down. It gets to 1-1, and we're thinking it's very winnable. I actually don't remember any bit of this series apart from Havana, right? So we're on
I
Havana.
remember Havana very well as well. Don't worry.
We're on Havana.
Oh
and
yeah,
what we were watching.
oh,
I don't
nah.
remember the first round, apart from I think we almost full capped, but we couldn't get past the bridge because it's the Havana, like, you know, it's the Havana fort. It's literally like an impregnable fort in the game, as well as on the map. So that happens, and then on defense, no, we must have full capped because there was an OT round. So we full capped, and then on defend we shit the bed, and they full cap us again. Right, but on defense, Shadowy picks Sombra. Now,
Chills, no?
I'm sure we remember
I
this.
see the vision.
He unplugged his mic.
Oh,
He saw the vision so hard the mic became unplugged.
Technical
Oh
issues.
my
Technical
God.
issues.
technical
Yeah.
issues.
No,
Yeah.
I see the
yeah.
vision because we remember this very well.
Yeah.
You're playing a rush mirror on Havana,
Yeah,
but with the one little detail that they are playing Widow with their rush,
yeah.
and their Widow is running your fucking bucket.
It's
getting,
not
like,
just
3
any
kills
widow.
every
It's
time.
LeWood.
It's LeWood.
It's LeWood. This is where the legend of LeWood gets born.
It's LeWood. So yeah, and then it's OT. Right, he does a classic assassin Havana moment, and he just fucking misses his first EMP, like complete miss, genuine mem. Right,
It can happen.
second EMP, he gets Ajaxed, right, and at this point I'm thinking,
Look like a seeker out there.
right,
Okay, over
this
two.
is really fucking bad. Third, he gets his third EMP off, yeah, about 19,000 miles away from my team.
Okay.
Like, there's just no chance of following up. And, like, to be fair to Shadowy, right, no ill feelings yet against Shadowy, because he hasn't dissed me yet. But like, he obviously just hasn't played Sombra before, or just isn't a very confident Sombra player. So he misses he misses 3 MPs in a row, and then it's defense time, right? Now, I'm on Sigma, and they have like 4 minutes to attack this point. Right. So we last 3 minutes somehow, and it gets down.
Yeah, your fights were looking good.
Yeah.
You
And
actually had a
gets
good old
down
plan.
to
Like, it was
last
actually
fight.
okay.
Get down to the last fight. I have gravitic flux, right? It's like I can hear the Uber like gravitic flux cast in my head when I was popping this gravitic flux. But I don't get to pop the gravitic flux. because I get walled, which is fine, but my Baptiste doesn't use his exo boots to jump over the wall and lamp me.
Yeah, I remember talking to you about this straight after it happening.
And I'm like,
That was an unfortunate Staney L, a rare Staney
It
L.
wasn't Staney. Staney was on Anna.
Oh, was it not?
No,
Oh,
it was
yeah.
Octane. Octane was on Baptiste.
Oh, okay, right. Okay, let's
Right.
let loose.
Well, I have to say, why the fuck are you on Bap Anna?
Because what else we were gonna play to win? Nothing. We had to play Bap Anna. Because if we didn't play Bap Anna, I got blown up in 3 seconds, right? So genuinely Bap Anna was working.
no.
Until we didn't jump and lamp me. Right, which was unfortunate. And then we lost against Dragons. We lost against Dragon's Aura, I think. Right. And then
It's gravity.
Dragon's Gravity.
Gravity,
And then
yeah.
I'm genuinely sat there in despair. And then I think Shadowy says something like, "Why'd you guys always complain at me?" And I'm like, and you guys are all still in the stream, right? Like, actually all still in the stream listening to this.
I think so.
And it's unbelievable. Like, and then he says, I'm like, me and Stanley were saying, like, you shouldn't be streaming this. Like, this is not, like, you really shouldn't be streaming this. But he still does stream.
I don't see why the stream is so bad. I don't know why you guys were
No,
so
because
against
it's
the
not
stream.
even the stream. It's the fact, it's not for us. We don't care. But he gets so boomed on stream. Like, actually so boomed. The stream makes him more boomed. Because what he does is he mutes his mic and then he talks to the stream. Which makes him
In
more
between maps, he
boomed.
does do this. Yes,
Yeah,
I will agree.
It
He
makes
does do
him
that.
more boomed. Because then the chat... You guys fucking rile him up in the chat. saying, "Oh, yeah, guys, it was never your fault, Shadowy. That EMP, man. Not your bad on that EMP."
I mean, we were just throwing the line out. He was the one who was nibbling away at it, and we were just reeling him in. It is what it is.
Yeah.
This was the most unbelievable. Like, this was where the wheels are completely gone. Where it was scraping along the floor.
So many punctures, you know,
Yeah.
like
There's so many punches.
Lightning McQueen style.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember after this we scrim you guys, and it's you on tank as well.
Yeah.
The scrim.
Yeah. It's me on tank because JYT had. Oh, by the way, one of the games we played, JYT was at LAN. Like,
Is that LAN?
so he didn't have a good setup because he was at LAN at a CS:GO LAN.
Great.
So he said that I must have a picture of it somewhere. But like he's
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
He has like a water bottle holding something up or something like that.
his-
Oh, I remember
his
this now. Oh, this is so
microphone
good.
is held up by his 2-liter bottle of Coke. Right.
It's
and
so
it
good.
keeps
It's so
falling
good.
off
Find this
mid-map.
photo. Find this photo.
I will. It keeps falling off mid-map. Like, it's... Okay, I mean, fair play, he's at this fucking CS:GO LAN. But it was such a scuffed setup at the CS:GO LAN. Like, so scuffed. I must have sent it to you at some point, Hachi.
Yeah, I'm looking through now.
Okay, I'm looking at my
I can't
messages to
see it,
Stanley.
actually.
I've definitely sent it to Stanley. Oh, problem is, I don't have the SCR chat anymore because it got deleted.
GG.
So-
No.
So maybe it's gone.
It's kind of like our chat being deleted by Jamie.
Oh.
Yeah.
If you remember that one.
So,
Because we
yeah.
have like an AI bot in our
yeah.
server, and he kind of like he looks through the channels, and that's how he speaks into like things you said before. And so, some people trying to teach the guy the N word by like spamming separate letters of the N word, and then like
Oh
by
my
chance he would
God.
sometimes like almost put the correct letters together and say the N word. And so Jamie manages to convince Hadi to coach us. And so
Yeah.
Hadi joins the server, and then Jamie's like, "Fuck, we've got like the N word everywhere almost. Like we haven't actually said the
Did we
N word,
pay
but the
Hadi
bot."
for the
Yeah, the real Hadi.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
how much was
and
it?
so and so Jamie's like, "This bot can say the N word at any moment because of these idiots."
Yeah,
So
so
he just
deleted the chat.
purges the entire server to make sure the bot's memory is gone.
Yeah.
So we lose everything.
What does Hadi coach you?
Wingstop Warlord.
What does Hadi even coach you? What does he say?
Everything about like he just goes in the replay and he
Yeah.
tells you what you're doing wrong and shit like that.
Fair. Was it useful? Was it really? I'm gonna guess it was.
This is before my time, sadly.
I think yeah, I think it was fine. The problem was we didn't really have any good replay codes at the time.
Oh,
We had like
yeah.
it was internals, but it was like we already set on trials,
Yeah.
so it was kind of worth it at that point. But like it was still good.
Was it?
But you
$50
know, Coach Myra
well
does a
spent?
job anyway.
Oh,
So.
we've got it. 1 second. Who just joined?
Uh-oh.
We
Intruder.
got Intruder. Got Stady.
What's going on?
We're recording the podcast, Stady.
Oh shit, my
Yeah,
bad. I was wondering why he's here. I'll leave. Sorry,
Goodbye.
apologies.
I'll cut that bit out.
Enjoy, guys. Enjoy.
Yeah, bye. Alright,
Scuffed segment over.
so what was that? Oh yeah, Haddy joins and he coaches you and all the chats get purged. Yeah, unfortunately our chats were purged as well because I was kicked from the SCR server.
Amazing crash out from Shadowy, surely. Has
so-
to be a Shadowy crash out here.
No, okay, so we'll keep going. We'll keep going through the timeline, and then we'll get to the point where everything goes wrong. So the next game is against you again, right? Now at this point, there is. I'll be honest. Maybe it was me who said, "Guys, shall we just play Reinhardt?
It was you, and then Stoney was like, yeah,
Should we
let's
just-
do it.
Should we just play Reinhardt, guys? Should we just play Reinhardt?" Right. Because who knew that Salmon was the greatest Cassidy literally I've ever seen? This guy doesn't miss, right?
I mean, he did kind of kill 4 like once every 2 fights, yeah.
And also, for some reason, Yop, my Sojourn OCP, can just play Symmetra. He just can. He's never played Sim before. He picks the Sim, and he's just locked in. Like he's hard locked in. So actually, I think we scrimmed on Ryan, and we were actually really good on Ryan. After your game, because it was we decided on like mid map on your game to just go Reinhardt, and we took a map off you guys on Parisio. No, we almost won Parisio.
No, it
Which
wasn't
one did we
Parisio,
win?
it was
Almost
New
from
Queen,
Parisio.
New
I
Queen stream.
remember this. I remember this because
Yeah.
we put the game 1 hour later than usual.
Yeah.
Because Solar said I'm gonna be late, like 30 minutes. I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, I'll put it 1 hour later.
Oh my god.
Solar doesn't show up until map 4. So we're just playing like with the hands tied behind our back, like we don't have DPS players. So we're just like, on Paraiso, you're on the Ryan comp, and I'm like, fuck, man, if only we had a fucking Pharah player here. But no, we just didn't. We had no DPS players.
Yeah.
And I'm in on support. I am filling on support as well. So it's so scuffed.
It was honestly so funny playing. Like we were at the point where it's like the players that were in were like we were into just being a full meme. Like we were like Yop was TPing us around the map, and he would genuinely place TPs to the edge of the map, trying to get JYT to take them off the map. He would say to JYT, he'd say, take safe TP, and it'd be literally onto the edge of the map. Like it would happen like many times. So at this point, we'd fully lost any seriousness of actually trying to be good, and we were just gonna play Reinhardt, right? What did you guys do this week just to keep the what are you doing in week number 7?
I genuinely have no
We were
idea.
playing us, weren't you? I'm stupid.
Yeah, we're playing you.
So
Uh,
so our last game of the season is against Cat Plague. Now, you might have noticed a big thing here is that we actually lost 3-0.
and I was assured you guys would win 3-0.
What'd you say?
I was assured
Yeah.
by some individuals on your team that you guys would absolutely shit on Catplay.
Oh, yeah.
We would have shit on
Your
Cat
team
Plague
was
if
giving
we
it large and
if we'd have
Masters
played
tier chat.
Reinhardt, right? But what we did is we did a thing where it's like after the Reinhardt game, the initial Reinhardt game against you, right? Lazy Bunny and Shadowy had an enormous crash out in the chat, like an enormous crash out. That basically they said that we'd thrown the season by deciding not to learn dive, and we'd had the whole season to learn dive, and we hadn't learned dive. We barely scrimmed, so we couldn't have learned dive. But also, we were never going to beat you guys in a dive mirror. Like, how were we ever going to beat you guys in a dive mirror? Or with Shadowy on Winston?
I think you have dive mirror is generally the best shot you have.
I don't... Shadowy is not beating...
We are
Tony Stark,
we are
no.
definitely at dive. It's our first.
Yeah, I think you got a bit of a lack of key information here, Fishnot.
Yeah.
You see, with the dive mirror, it's all about how much your backline can do compared to their backline. And sadly, our backline is pretty shit, so I think you could probably have
Yeah.
done quite a lot
Yeah,
there.
me and
We
Sadie are
really
the
struggle in
goats, so...
dive.
Makes sense. Maybe we should have learned dive, right? Maybe we should have learned dive. But this is information, once again, which should have been divulged not in hindsight, right? Like, this is
Yeah.
this is once again like hindsight is 2020. That they're once again after we lose a game, they're telling us what we should have done 3 months ago to win. But like, it's way too late now to do this.
Bit of a waste of time, I would say.
Yeah, and then what we do is against this in this cat play game, we just play, we try and play dive, and we just lose, because obviously we do. So that was the but we still made playoffs somehow.
Well, yeah, because they included everyone in the
Yeah.
playoffs.
Yeah, why did all the teams like disintegrate in the last week? Like,
It's because they
It's
couldn't
like-
mathematically make playoffs, so they said, yeah, okay, yeah, we're just going to forfeit,
I
bye-bye.
mean, no, they were in playoffs, but it's just like they're like we're never gonna win ever.
yeah,
Like most of the teams got like 3-0'd by the 4th seed or something.
yeah.
So they're like, how are we ever gonna?
And there's that
Gotta do
yeah,
something.
exactly. And there's that like ghost game, right, where it's like, I don't know if you've seen this, but it's like EMPR were in playoffs, right?
Yeah.
But they just didn't play their last game. It wasn't a forfeit. It was just
No,
was never
they
played.
just they kind of they got like a new roster type thing.
yeah,
A lot of trials because like I don't know, there are some rage quitters or something.
yeah,
And then after their first game, they were basically like, yeah, these trials they're not gonna make it.
yeah.
But it's roster lock at that point.
Right.
So they added the team, but it's roster locked.
right. Yeah.
So they couldn't field 5 players anymore. So they're
Oh
like forced
right.
to forfeit.
Yeah. Okay. So that's in the playoffs. So do we want to know what happens at the start of these playoffs, right? So we are saying we'll just play the playoffs and we'll never switch off Ryan Hart ever, right? We're just not allowed to switch off Ryan, and that's why we do like opponent picking, right? And everything like that. And then I wake up one day and we've FF'd from playoffs, right? And like Shadowy and Octane have just forfeited us from the playoffs. And they've kicked us all from the server. This is where I got kicked from the server.
Yeah, they dropped everyone in CGL as well.
Yeah. So like me, Stainy, Yop, Salmon, were all just completely removed from the server. And that was like it. That was literally, we were just
And then Shadowy has a crash out in Master
Yeah.
Tier chat on me.
a regular crash out he has in Master Tier. He has so many of them. It's like genuinely unbelievable how many times he crashes out in Master Tier.
Then he's like, no, Old-Fashioned's trying to make me look like the bad guy, but I wasn't. They said they didn't want to play. It was.
I never said, personally, I never said I didn't want to play. In fact, I always said that I wanted to play it out. Because why not? Like, it was just, why not just play it out?
Yeah.
So, it would have been fun to play it out. But then, I kind of got us back in, and then JYT didn't want to play. So, cheers
yeah,
for that
you
one,
still
JYT.
forfeit.
So then we FF the 2 games anyway. Which was a classic. And then I guess
I mean,
from here,
yeah, you were against Anomaly. I think it was still winnable, that one.
yeah.
You could have easily gone. If you played that game, you could have easily gone 3rd, maybe even grand final run.
I see. That's the thing. I don't know what would have happened if we'd have played Ryan against Cat Plague. Maybe it would have been okay, but who knows?
I mean,
I
it depends.
think
Like, they're
on a-
just.
like on the they started playing dive a lot because they
Yeah.
realized that we were weaker on dive. So I guess like map picks, they would have gotten first map pick. You would have had to, but they picked Li Jiang first map pick against EMBR.
I mean, I
So-
assume they wouldn't have picked Li Jiang against us, but
they have no data on you, I think.
yeah.
So
They
I
just
think
pick their
it's
strengths,
uh,
really-
surely. And that is
Yeah.
their strengths.
I
They just
think
want to play the
it's
Kiri
really
Lucio.
doable. I think it would have been really doable if you
it
win the
probably
first Li
would have
Jiang,
Yeah.
and then it's like 1-1, but you get like your one up. So at the end of the day, you will
Yeah.
like win 3-2 or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. I think it could have been doable to get third. But I guess from here, then, you guys have to take over what happened in your playoff journey.
I mean, we just win, right?
Yeah, you just win every game.
I mean,
I
I
mean-
guess like for like winners finals, we just absolutely shit on them. We lose like 4 fights in the series,
Yeah.
and then they have like a tiny crash out in the middle of our team, and so their coach comes in to play DPS, But their
Right.
coach is like an actual player, also like sandbagger type thing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So their coach kind of comes in for the finals and if their loser bracket final game, and so they actually are like a lot better because they have like a GM player basically and a high GM player
Yeah.
that just happens to be masters on main.
Yeah.
Well, they weren't masters at the time of the game anymore. They were like GM3 type
yeah.
thing.
But they were massive
So
effective for CGR.
yeah, master
Yeah.
effective basically. So that person comes in and actually like makes them look somewhat competent.
Yeah.
So it was like not as easy as like the first game, but like
Yeah.
we still win.
Yeah. I mean, it was a pretty good. I mean, it was a pretty interesting grand final to be honest. Like, it was interesting to watch. It kind of just Chinese Dino was just kind of in the back line, fisting their back line a lot of the time. On like the especially on the was it New Junk? He was kind of although you almost got reverse swept on New Junk, but
Yeah.
Chinese Dino was. I mean, there's actually a spot you can probably find the clip, but it's like Chinese Dino was on 48 HP and he's just
Yep.
standing in the open shooting. So funny.
we all flamed the fuck out of him
we
straight
flamed the
away
fuck-
afterwards.
Yeah, straight away after that map, we flamed the fuck out. Came in and flamed the fuck out of him for that fight.
Yeah.
He lived and he won the fight, but he got so much flame after that map. Holy fuck! I
If you'd have
crashed
lost
out on
that
him.
fight, you actually might have been really dodgy as well. Like if you'd have died there.
I mean, at the end of the day, I always said if we lose the second map, I'm putting myself in and we just win.
yeah,
So like there was never like a time where we were really in a position to lose
Yeah.
this finals, right? But you know, it's better to win it without having to put me in.
exactly. Yeah, and then this King's Road was really easy, right? This King's Road was the King's Road in the background of the podcast was pretty easy to win.
I mean, my Moira fucking staggers herself for like 30 seconds twice, but they can't capitalize on it. So
Yeah.
for somehow, I don't know how they fucked up. They're like Coach Smurf is playing mystery heroes, trying to find an answer at the end, like going Pharah, Echo, then you go Gas Soldier and things like that, and nothing's working.
Yeah, I mean fair, good play from you guys. Good win.
I don't understand why they went Kings though,
Yeah, Kings is a
because
because I thought they wanted to play dive, right?
yeah, on the Rush Mirror
Yeah.
they were worse than us
Yeah,
by far.
That's what
They're the
I
only
was
thing they
saying
can do.
before. Like I was saying to Stenny, like I thought it would be like not close at all in the Rush Mirror. Like you guys would absolutely dominate in Rush Mirror, but on Dive Mirror I thought like
Yeah.
it was winnable for them.
I guess us like we went up 2-0 on New Junk, right? And we
Yeah.
were like absolutely shitting on them. And I guess those 2 points we fuck up our ult economy, and
Yeah.
then they won 2 points. And like, oh, maybe we can win on the Rush Mirror. But in the end, we are so much better in the Rush. And you could see like they picked Watchpoint, they picked Esperanza, you know,
Yeah,
all those dive maps. And that was close, but then had this last pick is just,
couldn't beat Mercy on Esperanza.
I mean.
Mercy's just the truth, I guess. Maybe Mercy's just the truth.
The problem with this team is right. None of these people are free thinkers on my roster.
Yeah,
None of them are free thinkers. If I don't tell them how to play versus something, they don't know how to do. So they just see this ball mercy type thing, and I haven't told them how to play against it. So they just fall over. They just can't think. The brain shut off. Like
yeah. Is that your view on it, Hachi?
Yeah, to be honest, it's pretty accurate. I can't really complain about that. I mean, there are just a lot of everyone was doing something wrong
Yeah.
for every single fight. It seemed like our Trace is taking 1v1 instead of going backline on the cast Mercy. Like we're shooting the cast instead of the Mercy. We're pussy and scared of the ball. We're not peeking and taking angles. Or Tigger's not taking angles. I'm not able to push out and help him because we're just pussy against the ball. Like it's all just terrible. Everyone's just playing terrible.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Fair. You got anything more to add about CGL, or should we? I guess overall, my view on the season is maybe my teammates were a little bit clienty, but I don't know what else you can do really. You know, would have been better
I
if
just
I
want
got
to
Mojo.
felt a bit scuffed, you know.
Yeah.
It definitely felt a bit scuffed.
I just wanted to shout out in the Masters Tier channel the low ground main captain, the biggest client of the whole season, constantly
True.
chatting and yapping about the order. Any's better, any's better,
NA is
and
better.
refuses to book a scrim. It's just crazy.
Yeah, refuses to play or do anything, and then he doesn't even get to grand finals. They haven't.
And he
even
doesn't even
played
get to
the
grand finals. He
yet.
loses, and then he just has another crash out. It's so
That
funny.
Masters
He,
tier
he
chat
loses
is,
to
yeah.
Ram Kiri Lucio on watch
Oh.
point, by the way. Like,
On watch
Jesus
point?
Christ, man. Yeah, on watch point. It's fucking awful, man.
I mean, that Masters tier chat is just like absolute, like diabolical. Yeah, it just.
I love
the-
it.
The things that really annoys me when it's like, our team is having like a back and forth, and then someone random, I don't even know who they are, just gets involved. Like,
Yeah, one NA person just
Yeah.
jumps in and like, oh, this EU player. Like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
No one asked you to say anything.
Who are
Who
you?
are you?
Yeah.
Go back to North America, man. We're having
actually
a funny bit here.
unreal. Yeah.
To be honest, I think our team's favorite pastime is just jumping in on the NA beef and just nibbling away at people and just getting people to start biting. You know, it's so good.
Oh yeah, we
It's
we
so
got that,
good.
that fucking high quality. We got him.
Yeah, low
so
ground main
good at
captain
the
yet
end.
again.
We got him so good. He took a full bait. He was getting bait for like 30 minutes until like the other players from NA from other teams came in and like, bro, you're getting baited. Stop. Like in the chat, like stop. You're getting baited, man. What are you doing? Like 4 other NA teams come in and are like, yo, stop. Why are you making our region look bad? And he just keeps going. He doesn't realize.
That was well worth our time at 3:30 a.m. or whatever the fuck it was.
Unbelievable. Genuinely unbelievable. Is anything? You got anything else to say about CGL, about my team? I don't know. We kind of. I mean, we were.
I mean,
alright.
I don't know if you want to do this segment, but like if we have a client of the season type thing,
Oof.
it's definitely with there, you know, the high quality or shadowy, you know, like
Yeah, we
it's
were actually. I
definitely
was
like
gonna do a client of the week, so we might have to. Might have to change
Oh,
that to
okay, we'll keep
client
this
of
in
the
mind.
season.
We'll keep this in mind, you know.
But I've got another person to nominate for client of the week. Hutch already knows who they are, but I can't wait to share this. Like, this is so funny.
Uh-oh.
It's gonna be a proper story. Get comfy for this one, Myra.
Oh,
Oh, down.
So, I don't think we've got anything else for CGL. I mean, you guys are gonna play Kaizen, right?
I mean, Kaizen's gonna be like split anyway. Like it's
Yeah, it's not
like,
merged.
Hachi's gonna be on a different roster as me.
Yeah. So you,
So
what are you? Is the roster in PC gonna be like, just not without Hutchie and Solar? Is it gonna
Yeah.
be like, yeah?
And we're getting a new DPS edition as well
Yeah.
to like fill Solar's void.
Yeah.
I think Kaizen. I don't know why they're not just doing one tier crossplay. Why are
Yeah, it's because
splitting
it's
it?
one of those leagues, right, where it's like, I mean, I can't say anything bad about them because I am the graphic designer in there, but job loss incoming. But it's like one of those leagues, right, where it's like, but like IWL, where it's like they don't want to merge the tiers because there's a lot of players in there who are like, I don't want to say they're like uncompetitive players, but they're almost like they play the esport, but they actually just do not like the competition at all. Like, as hilarious as that sounds, they actually
Yeah, no, I get it,
they
yeah.
actually just don't want to ever be pushed, like, beyond their level.
Yeah, it's what I felt when I played the tournament right now.
Yeah.
Actually, Kaizen tournament. Like the enemy teams are just locking Bap Moira on
Yeah.
New Queen Streets, and it was not like a tilt pick.
Yeah.
Like that was fully their strategy.
That's
and,
an
like,
playing
that's
their
a
favourite
prime
heroes.
moment. NA is shout out to
and
any
they're
NA is
all
watching.
Master 1. They were all like Master 2 and
I
Master
actually
1
don't know what it
rank.
is. I mean, genuinely, throughout like my whole time of being in this game, like if I've scrimmed NA, like I can scrim like high NA, and they're so stupid. Like I actually don't know what it is. Like- Like these people don't understand what dive is. Like they don't understand. They'll pick like Winston double hit scan. Like, unironically.
I mean, I guess it's easy to like, oh, the other region is bad. You know, everyone says it like they say it about EU, but I really think NA
I
is
really
just
do
a
think
level
they're
of play
bad. They're
lower,
bad. They
same
really are
rank,
bad. Yeah.
the same rank. Like, I watched the CGL NA and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? They're like playing Moira Juno type thing every time. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
I don't
But
understand it.
is that because like EU's maybe NA is naturally what it would be like, but EU has like a load of players who have played for like 6 years, and are kind of like, I guess there's like a lot of retained like people. There's a lot of like retained players, right? Where it's like these players are basically the same. Well, not the same, but like a lot of these players are the same players who were playing like 3 years ago, and so maybe have learned actually how to competently play the game.
I mean, it feels like half of the EU is just like you're in it and you've been in it for so long, you might as well just do it properly, you know. That like we're so Overwatch built that we just want to do it properly, you know.
Exactly.
So
I mean, I wouldn't know what the case with NA because I don't know any of these players. They might be in the same
Neither.
boat, you know.
Yeah, maybe there is. Yeah, maybe there's NA players.
Their
as well,
mentality is just so poop. I don't know. Like in EU, you know, shit talking as well. In NA,
Yeah.
it's like, oh,
You're not allowed to.
GG, Why are you so
mean, guys?
we lost 3-0. We didn't win a single fight. GG, good job. See you next series. It's like,
Yeah.
what the fuck,
Love
man?
you all,
Like,
guys. Like, grow
Like
up.
I know even the shittiest EU teams in our tier would be like even if they lose, yo, they would still be mad, right? They would say,
Yeah.
"Ah, fuck, I want to win, even if it's like a for improvement, for fun team, whatever they want to cope with themselves, they would still want to win. But then NA, like, I watch the chat and it's like, oh, good job, guys. You were so good today. You sit on a 3-0. I can't wait to play you again. Oh, so MVP this guy because he played so well. Like, shut the fuck up, man. Stop glazing the enemy team. You lost. You got shit on.
The MVPs are so funny because I'll be honest, I don't think I've ever given out an MVP and it's not been ironic. Like, and
Yes,
yeah.
I mean, for the Kaizen tournament, we kind of had to like go back into replay codes and find a competent player and
Yeah.
just say, yeah, you deserve an MVP, mate. Like,
Talking about MVPs, that's relevant to my story later. So you're good to play Kaizen, and Hutchie, you got a new console team, right? Which also has Staney on it.
Yeah. We're cooking in the console kitchen yet again.
Yeah,
Back to the roots,
Who's
you
your
know.
main support? Oh, Poppy.
Well, we got a little trio going on between me, Poppy, and Staining, and we're still
Right,
figuring shit out. But yeah.
Okay, nice one. We got anything else to say, or do we want to move on to Client of the Week or Client of the Season? Anything else to talk about, or
don't think
Is
there's
that
that
everything?
much, no.
no?
I mean, there's the MVP voting for CGL,
that-
you know,
Oh,
which is kind of stuffed as fuck. I think LeWood is winning in everything right now.
he should
LeWood
win
is
everything.
winning an MVP.
He's him.
Yeah, he's winning coach, winning managers, winning tank, DPS, MVP. He's winning everything right now.
Right. So what we're saying
Thanks
is,
to us.
if you're watching this, vote LeWood, right? For everything.
Yep.
Vote the greatest of all
I
time.
mean, they're
LeWood.
ending the votes in like a day or two.
Okay, so
it
this is
depends when you
not
get
getting out
started.
in a day. So unfortunately, you can't vote for LeWood anymore, guys. Don't try.
Well, he will have won by now.
Yeah, as you watch this, he will already be the MVP. Of
Or
CGL.
if he didn't win it, go and revolt. Go and spam
Exactly,
the CGL
yeah.
server and revolt.
Go to Headrammer, you know, get it
Yeah,
as the
yeah,
end,
yeah.
keep
Yeah,
it
Mad
active.
Rammer, yeah. I believe. Right, so let's move on to client of the season, we'll call it, right? So, do we have any nominations from you two first before we go on for client of the season?
Well,
Well, for us, it's mainly like the NA guy there.
The whole of
the
NA.
NA guy.
Shadowy for dropping the entire team.
Yeah, Shadowy.
The whole of Dream Eater's backline for being terrible. Other than that, we haven't really got much. Yeah.
Interesting stat, by the way. Since the start of the season, Dream Eaters has Ajaxed 39 times.
Yep.
That is a great.
Who's
number.
winning? Who's winning right now?
It's a tie between Pizza Bagel and Brick Sucks.
Oh,
Oh, there you go. That kind of does
I
everything
swear
you
I
need to know,
never
doesn't it?
Ajax, so I don't know what they're doing.
Well,
alright.
you're not limit testing, bro. You're not pushing the
Ah, yeah.
boundaries.
Get it. So, Brick Suck has 10. Pizza
10?
Bagel has 10. Hachi has 8.
Oh.
Yep.
Chinese has 2. Starty
I
has
mean,
2.
it's pretty hard to Ajax your fucking primal. Like, let's be honest here.
Queen ults. You get 2
Queen ult. Yeah,
Queen
yeah,
ult,
Queen ult.
I
Queen ult
Ajaxed his
cancelled.
Queen Ult when I played against her. Didn't I? With
Yeah,
my shield bash?
yeah.
Yes, on New Junk City.
Yeah. That's why I'm just a
Yeah.
goat. You know?
That you half his Ajax is
Me.
by you.
Go, actually,
Yep.
so good. So, let's move on to So, Shadowy, I don't have anything against you, Chief. You're just a touch of a client. You're also, like, can you stop leaving the SCR server and rejoining? Because it's actually happened like 9 times. Also, didn't he trial for your team, Hachi?
I've got a little bit of a tangent to go with this one, yeah.
Oh, yeah?
So
Oh yeah, what happened with that? Cause I'm like semi hands off with that team, but I'm like still coaching them, and he was just gone one day. I don't know what happened.
all right. So pretty much, it took about a week and a half for me to realize that both my tanks have taking spam syndrome. All right, they don't like to stop taking damage and stop shooting their gun at the enemy. They never like to chill. So we have this big issue with our dive, right? We always have to spam heal our monkey while we're trying to rotate. So we can't ever rotate and we can't set up anywhere. And then when we do go, it's when we've got no armor and there's no coordination with our tracer. There's no call with our nade. It's all looking a bit shit. So then we give some pointers, right? And we go again next week. We think, okay, next scrim, let's try and make this better. There's no improvement. So what do? We say it again. So we do it again next scrim. We do the same thing. Go again, no improvement. Next scrim, go again. And then at this point, this is in our internal, by the way. At this point, I think it's 3 maps in, and then let me just get the screenshot again.
Oh, God.
I really want to make sure I quote this exactly correctly. Hold on.
Should I just DM it to me and I'll put it on the...
Have as the
video?
background. Yeah, I found it. Here we go. All right. Discord.
Oh, this is going to be brilliant.
There we go.
Right.
DM'd you.
Cheers.
So pretty much, it gets to map 4 and he's benched for 2 maps because it's 2 rush maps, right? So we get Catboy in to chop it up, and then all of a sudden, Shadowy has left the game, and then we look after the server. We just look in the server after the match, after the internal, and then this pops up.
1 second, guys. I'm just saving it. And so, this is the image which pops up in the.
Yes, this is what we see in our trial chat.
Yeah.
As soon as this 4th map starts.
Here we go. Browse. It's this.
Yeah.
I'll see
myself out was fun.
Fair
And at this
play.
point, he has left the server.
I mean, at least
So,
he's got
GG.
self-awareness, right? Like, at least he's got some kind of self-awareness. That,
But I don't know why he left.
yeah, he could have
Yeah,
just
neither.
kept playing out.
Because Mario was saying, like, through DMs and stuff, like he's got like the mentality, he wants to grind, he wants to get coached and all that stuff. So it's like, okay, this is good. We can work with this. But it seems that we didn't have the wriggle room to take the feedback, and
Yeah.
we couldn't act on it too well. So yeah.
Rather unfortunate, I must say.
So yeah,
So
he then walked out the door.
Yeah, that's 1 nomination for client of the season. But I feel like he doesn't deserve it because I do kind of feel bad for him in a way. So
I feel like at this point it's kind of hard to, because not only does he explode one of the teams that could have had a chance to have a good playoff run, he also then goes and kabooms his mental in the 3rd week of being on another team. He's kind of done 2 bad things there.
that is
I don't know.
an unfortunate tale. So do we want to hear about my nomination for client of the season?
Let's hear your nomination.
So let's actually change the scene
Strap
up
in.
here. Let's change the scene up. Let's add a new capture. Let's add a window capture with Discord. Right. So you can still see me and Myra. You'll just have to
Let's not
imagine.
leak the messages here.
You just have to
I
imagine.
have
that
seen
Hachi's
some
here.
of this, I think,
Right.
here.
So you'll just have to
But I
imagine
don't know
that
what's going
Hachi
on.
is here. So don't look where I've been messaging. Funny enough, I've actually been messaging Stainy. I don't know if you know that guy.
Yeah,
I don't know who that Kazi guy is either. I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I don't know who that. Yeah,
Fish.
yeah. Oh, who's
Nominated
this
for
Myro guy?
3.5k scrim.
Right. So let's before we do this, I'll get some context on this, right? So I joined a team. I'm LFT, guys. Any team captains out there looking for a new main support? I mean, I can also play flex support, I guess, if you're desperate.
It sounds very
Or
Brickstock
tank, or
Brickstock
tank,
style
yeah,
to
tank
me.
or
You
tank.
know?
Tank, maybe I can play tank. Yeah. But please don't pick me up on tank. Right. So I joined this new team. I joined this new team. They're called Moon Crew, right? Which already I think is a funny name, but it's who cares? I was on a team called Brashear Mustangs, so I can't really complain
That takes me back.
about the name of the team. So
I think we almost scrimmed Moon Crew
Yeah, yeah.
actually.
So something right. So I'm in this server and they have a scrim like on Saturday, which is funny enough, has already passed. So I didn't go to the scrim. So I get pinged one day, and this is what I see in the Discord DM. Should we have a read of this? Can we see this? Right.
It's really low quality, but
I'll zoom in.
Let's get a zoom going.
It's because the stream is low quality. It will be fine on the video. I'll read it out. So it's hi at Ofishnot.
stream pause. What is going on here
Oh, did I pause the stream?
on Discord?
Can you not see it?
You have minimized your application.
Oh, give me a sec. I need to change the. There we go. Is it fixed?
Yeah, it's fixed.
Okay. So let's do this. Hi, Ofishnot. Waving bear emoji. I remember you. I remember you from several years ago when you and your team were toxic as hell during both scrims and tourneys. Okay, so before we go on,
That's a good start.
okay, that does. I'll be honest. That does sound like me. I'll be honest. That does sound like me.
That's
Right?
pretty on brand.
Yeah.
Hi,
a good
Asso
thing,
Fish,
you know,
not
that's a
bear
good
emoji.
thing.
You're toxic.
Yeah.
Like,
So that does sound like me. Also, this person doesn't have an iPhone, so get a real job. I tried to reason with you back then and argued sportsmanship as part of esports. And you proceeded to tell me back then that destroying another team's mental is a valid strategy and mentally hurting others is part of the game.
This is true. This is true.
Yeah,
See,
yeah.
this is the European mindset that every team should adopt.
So should we ask
Yeah.
us a question here? This is in a quote. Now, Myro, what do quotes generally tend to mean?
1 for 1, you know.
Yeah, it tends to mean that
Direct
description,
replica
what
of
you
what
said.
they
that I
said.
said this. Spoiler alert, I didn't say this.
I mean, I didn't say, but I'd like if someone said it. I said this because this is pretty
Yeah,
good. You know,
yeah.
I think it's a pretty
Yeah,
pretty good statement.
So just to give some context, I was 15 when this happened. So, if I was 15 forming sentences like that, if only, mate, if only. See,
Almost old enough to drink, you know.
yeah.
So
And then they go, see, the difference is that with my mindset, I actually went to compete in Facet's top 10 tier 3 and other 4.5k spaces. So I'm currently being egoed by a guy who's proud that he was stuck in tier 3.
well, this is tier 3 PC, not console.
Yeah, I know. But, like, I wouldn't be bragging to people if I was stuck in, like... I couldn't even get to contenders. Like, I wouldn't be, like, saying... like, I wouldn't be going big in
I
myself.
think the
like
main
that.
issue here is he's wasting his time to type this out to you when he thinks that you're like a low life, don't care, not worth my time kind of person. Like, what are you wasting your time for
Yeah.
typing this in the first place?
Right, so let's keep going. So you told me back then I'd changed my view on how to treat people in 3 months. But I did say that, to be fair. Back then, you just assumed I'd not been playing for long when I actually had more experience than the entire team combined. Now, what we've got here is a classic
Whoa.
lying angle.
Sizzled.
Because,
Lying.
because most of my team were playing since the game had been released. So, actually, this is a classic just lying angle. They are just lying. Like, so we keep going. Well, let me inform you that my stance on this hasn't changed, not in 3 months, but also not in 3 years. I have, however, built a decent CV and founded Moon Crew years ago, and we absolutely have rules here around player behavior and toxicity.
Jesus Christ! I'm not gonna lie. Fish not. I need to go and do a background check or whatever the fuck this Moon Crew shit is, because what?
So as far
I've never
as
heard of Moon Crew.
also as far as I
once.
can find, I can't find any record of this player ever being in any significant tournament ever. Despite them claiming they were face at top 10. Are we doing a background check on Moon Crew? Can we find who Moon
I'm
Crew
trying
are?
to find anything.
Anything
I'm
on
trying to
Moon
find
Crew.
anything.
Let's get the next message up while we're waiting.
Not finding much.
Right. So should we continue with these
I think I
messages?
see them in the. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can go on ahead.
Uh,
I'll do it in the background.
We support one another here and treat our enemies with respect and decency. I've coached my teams to win based off skill, teamwork, strategy, and synergy. I'm not sure how teamwork and synergy are different things, but not mental games on how to destroy others' confidence, then dig and dig until they lose it. I'm not really sure what this means, but we'll respect it. I said it back then,
You know.
and I'll say it again. That's disgusting. I'll put the clip in there. And just shows you can't win any other way. If that's the approach you take and justify. And yes, SR-wise, you are absolutely just on the hobbyist side. So the tier 3 player who is unemployed is not a hobbyist, but I'm the hobbyist. But this guy's an unemployed tier 3 player, so apparently he's not a hobbyist. Since our opinions on how to treat each other have differed so much in the past, I'm afraid I can't see this working out in present times either. You're welcome to stay in the community section, but I absolutely do not tolerate people with this attitude or mindset of any other teams. And I've decided to post my response here, so they post it in the public channel. I don't care, this is full of nobodies. My sincerest apologies to
Oh,
the
it's
team.
nominated.
What do you mean?
It's pink there in the bottom. I know nominated.
Yes.
The guy looks for scrims. I see him.
Yeah,
looking for scrims.
he's also in the DMs.
Also, what's the Discord of this person? Because I think I found the clients.
Lunarus. I don't.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
I have Christina here, which is Moon.
Off.
Player.
Always looking for ringers. Always looking.
Well, yeah, well, that's Moon Crew.
So
It's
I
console.
will send this to your DMs, and now apparently they're going back to bed. So they woke up to do this to me. Apparently.
I can sense the official not paying in Discord. Jesus Christ.
So then they put a cheeky little take care, right? Now, I've got a direct message to you, Lunar Arcana, right? Now, I personally, I may have autism, but I know that this is fucking condescending, right? Saying take care when you don't mean it is not a nice thing. In fact, I'd say this is very much a not nice angle. I'd say here you're being a very toxic person, in my opinion.
There's a pleasing circularity to this fish, not? I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
I can see where you're going with this one.
Peak check.
So we keep going because this way gets brilliant. By the way, I haven't gone and read my old messages to this person, by the way. So I just said I was 15, which I might have been 16. I don't really know. And then they said, okay, well, hide that last message. I really don't care.
That's so valid. It's
you
so
acted
valid.
the
Wait, what
way
did
you
she say?
did.
What did she say? What did she
And
say?
there's
What did she say?
consequences, simple as that. So the funniest thing to me is that apparently my actions have consequences. So
Yeah,
I'm not
that's
allowed to
true.
join Moon Crew. My consequence is that I can't join Moon Crew. And
But I'm also noticing here.
yeah,
Well, Lunar Arcana.
yeah,
Oh, I know this person. It's a fucking client from back in the day.
yeah.
And there's also this thing next to the name that says D9
Yeah.
there.
I was thinking this.
Oh.
Surely this
D9
person's
is like
not a
the
D9.
client of everything,
Yeah.
you know? Like, what are they on about?
So they just send some random message, and then I finish with a simple client, right?
Yeah, no,
Now,
I get that.
I think
That's
I'm
fair.
blocked, right? I'm blocked. Let's check I'm blocked.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're blocked very quickly after this, I
Oh,
believe.
I am blocked, right? Okay. So,
Yep.
should we just go on a quick read of our old messages?
Let's run it back.
So, let's start. What must have happened is that we must have put I'm very sorry as MVP, and they must have been like, oh, this guy didn't play well, you're just being mean. So I'm trying to defend, I'm just saying, you know, I'm just trying to avoid getting rulebooked, basically. Also, as far as I know, I don't remember CGL having MVPs. So I'm a little bit confused, because it's very much specified later on that this is CGL.
No, they definitely had. They definitely had
they?
a community for MVPs. Yeah.
Right, okay. So it felt a little toxic, not gonna lie. He perceived it like that too. Because basically he kept DCing. And they accused Jamie Ali of DDoSing him. Right?
Oof. Jamie Ali 1, 2, 3.
Who were you again, so I can tell him? I was the Lucian on the first two maps. So just to give some context here, these guys were so bad, I subbed myself out for the last map. Right.
Damn.
And then they thought I was still Jamie Ali. Despite having Oafish Not is my fucking in-game name as well. So I don't know how you could make this mistake. And then I'm literally actively apologizing for my team being toxic. And saying, you know, when you accuse us of cheating, right, we're probably going to be toxic back, right? Like, I feel like that's understandable. And they're just saying, I'm very strict with that stuff. If one of my players, they get kicked off immediately. What they're trying to insinuate here is they're doing the classic thing that not very nice people do, of they're just gaslighting me into saying my player is a DDoSer, but I just don't care, and it's completely my fault.
We know a lot about gaslighting over here, don't we?
My favourite activity.
Exactly.
So I'm just trying to defend it, and we obviously didn't pause mid-fight, so they were also mad about us not pausing mid-fight.
Pause mid-fight is such a console thing, by the way. Like, on PC, as soon as you see pause, you just pause.
Yeah.
Like, mid-fight or not,
Oh,
just pause.
no, I'm gonna assume
It
it was before the CGL code had DC on disconnect.
No.
So it was obviously a DC mid-fight. I'm hoping that teams can be friendly and at least admit when they've had a disadvantage. And I was saying, you know, obviously in the fight where you had a DC, you had a disadvantage. And then look who makes a guest appearance here. Mr. Solar Patch. And then they didn't cap after their player came back. So what we can see here, I don't know if we can both vouch for me here, is who is the one crashing out in these DMs? Is it me or is it Lunar Arcana?
I mean, I've got
Like
eyes and a
Luna.
brain on my shoulders, so I can tell you that it's definitely not you here.
Yeah, it's definitely not me. And then they're also mad about the fact we put them low in the tier list ranking.
Oh no.
Which, after we beat them 3-0,
But
I think they
what
probably deserve.
league is this happening in? Like,
I think it's CGL. Yeah, it is CGL.
how old is it then?
2019. No, sorry, 2022. 2022. So 3 years ago. 3
Jesus.
years ago. And I said, that's a shame. I'll always say if it was close. Sure, Chief.
But who cares about it? I mean, tier list is it's classic. Remember when I made a tier list and like I pissed off the entirety of Xbox? I put Xbox so low.
Yep.
And like I remember, who is it? Hades.
Hades,
He
yeah.
still hates me. He still hates me. I remember scrimming his team after that tier list,
Hades.
and we won 5 maps. It was 5-0.
Yeah.
And they were actually getting shit stomped like for 5 maps straight. And he killed me once. And he stops in the middle of the fight. He kills me. He stops in the middle of the fight. He types, "Am I still a D tier DPS?" Because he killed me once in 5 maps. It was, I was
I love
so
that guy.
hard in his head.
We need to get him on. We actually need to get him on a future episode. He's so funny. He was in the army as well. But you can tell us about all his stories of being in the
Oh.
army.
I take it back, man.
No,
I
he's-
take everything back, dude. S tier made it up there.
Right, so,
Well, where's he from again? Which country is it?
Finland.
It's Scandinavia, right? Oh, Finland, yeah. The Finnish
Yeah.
army gonna knock on your door, bro. They're not too far away.
Yeah, man.
oh no. So apparently my Reaper was my Reaper was great. Now I'm gonna assume my Reaper was maybe Wiggy the Piggy. I don't know.
Oh, fucking hell.
And so was your
God damn,
Ryan.
that guy as well. Same thing with the tier list. Same thing.
Toby
bro.
and the Champ. You know he's my real life friend.
Toby the
Wiggy the
champ.
Piggy.
Oh, is he? Oh, of course he
Really?
is.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He was the one who got me into competitive Overwatch.
You've outlasted him.
I know, he's dead now. Do you know what he's never gonna watch this, I can say. Do you know what he does now? He sells windows for a living. That's my go.
Oh,
So, okay, they're just full crashing at me in this point, right? Basically, we must have rule booked them, right? And they're mad at us for rule booking. But tell me right now that someone who looks like this wouldn't rule book you immediately.
They definitely
it's
would.
giving.
They
Yeah, it's giving
absolutely
me.
would.
It's giving me Vector vibes,
Vector
you know.
vibes,
Simple as
absolutely
that.
Vector vibes. And I said we won
I am not
fair and
gonna
square.
lie, like on the topic of rule booking, a certain team in CGL this season tried to rule book us twice.
Oh, no.
And it definitely starts with SCR and ends in eSport.
Wait, when did we try rule book you?
Octane tried to rule book us twice.
How?
What was it? I don't remember what it was.
Oh, I think it was profiles being Probably got
Yeah,
something like that.
profiles not
Oh,
being
I
public.
remember this. This one was so bad. Oh, this one was so bad. Oh.
And then in CGL questions, the entirety of CGL just clowns on him with like 2 million reacts to his messages.
So bad. It's actually like egregious, right? Let's finish this. Let's finish these messages. Okay. So they're basically, this person is like full crashing out on me, right? And I'm sick of this at this point. So I say, it just says a lot about the type of players you are, and I said yes, players who win. Go.
Fair.
We want to
fair.
win too. I mean, yeah. I said it's just, unfortunately, this is how CGL works. And then I said that's how you decided. It is how CGL works.
There are rules.
you
You
wanna
follow
win-
them. If they don't follow them, you say that they didn't follow the rules, and you win the game. That's
Exactly.
how it works, you know.
Exactly. And then I said there will be no next time. You will not survive with this attitude. Fair play. Maybe about that much toxic, I would say, like a very small amount.
Yeah.
And then they immediately crash out. Lol, you were nice initially. I knew it was fake. All the best for you. Goodbye. So
Oh, I love a good all the best for you at the end.
yeah, so they haven't changed their condescending manner in 3 years. So can we just have like an overall situation review on this? It's like they waited 3 years to kick me from their tier 4 team. 3 years.
It seems like they're holding.
Sweet revenge, mate. You lost out fighting Lion, bro.
My-
Siggo, you good
My
right now?
actions have consequences, and I was kicked from Moon Crew, I guess. I lost my job. It's unbelievable. I'm gone from unemployed to unemployed. How will I ever survive this change? Unreal. Actually unreal. I feel like... who else can be client of the season apart from them? Do we agree that Lunar Arcana must be client of the season?
No one from Cat Plague was clienty. No one from Anomaly was clienty.
It's kind of. I mean, you can also like octave for the rule booking, you know.
The Octane
Octane was
one
a-
is pretty bad, actually.
I mean, listening to his comms in that on Shadowy stream was just
Oh.
quite entertaining as well. But yeah.
I can't give it to one of my
Just-
teammates. I'm gonna have to give it to Lunar Arcana as client of the season.
Okay, Lunar Arcana.
Simple as that.
it
That's
is.
Fair
client of
enough,
the
you
season.
know.
I actually, guys, I thought, since the Real Uncoachable dropped it, not that we're a copy of any other podcast.
Oh, there's no way we're quizzing it up right
I
now.
thought
There's
I'd
just
do us
no
a cheeky
way.
little quiz to finish the season off, right?
Ooh.
Well, to finish the first, and maybe only, I don't know, maybe we'll do another one. First podcast, and I'm the quiz master, so it's between you guys.
Fuck.
And I want to know.
GG.
I want to know. Which I thought this one's quite interesting because maybe it's not the players you expect, but there is maybe someone there you expect, and that is, it's the 15 players with the most maps played in CGL Masters tier this season. So, how do we feel about this quiz? We're feeling.
But how do you track that? Because they didn't update the stats properly each time.
No, don't worry. I've got it. I've actually
He's
counted
got it.
the maps. Don't worry.
He's done his homework. Okay.
Okay, so who would like to go first?
I'm going first.
Okay, go on.
I'm gonna say Kados from VA Cat Plague.
Yep, there you go. That's 1 point for Hutchie.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go with Chinese dinos.
Yep, Chinese Dino. I believe is one of he's one of those who I think played every map, as far as I know.
Not one nuts. I played one map of tank.
Okay, so he's one of a few.
How did that go for us then? Did
I'll give you a clue. He's one of the
Kind of
few
comp.
players who, as far as I know, has played every single map. Obviously, apart from the one that you apparently said he didn't play. So that's
Correct. Yeah, he played all bar one, and that was the most that anyone else on our
Let
team
me
played.
let me add a score counter. 1 second.
Let's get it going. Let's chop it up.
Like
There you
we,
go.
we went to like every final.
Yeah.
We got the most maps.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
So
it's gonna be hard, right? Like
back to
uh,
Hutchie.
our team has there like a lot. Cause it's really splits.
It's really split playtime. That's what I'm kind of worried about. But then again, does the number of matches
Actually,
kind of?
we'll only do the top 10. We'll only do the top 10 to make it.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, do the top
Yeah,
10.
yeah.
Inferno.
Yep. That's another Another one, so that's a 2 for Hutchie.
Think Pizza Bagel has to be in there.
No, not in the top 10.
Oh!
What? Oh, she played every map.
No. You played quite a
I
bit.
played two. I played two
No,
maps.
you played more than that.
And pizza was unavailable for 2 weeks as well, I think.
Oh, GG.
Yeah. So
That's crazy.
back to Hutchie. I will say Pizza Bagel is number 11. So you were
Oh!
Oh my god.
I'm gonna say Brick sucks.
yes. Brick Sucks is number 10. So
Yes!
You
Come
fucking
on.
now, this is rigged. This is rigged. Bad Quizmaster.
Rig the quiz.
I'll go with Pazzy34.
yep, absolutely. There is a certain theme we might start seeing in this, and that is that maybe
I
Yeah,
spotted
yeah.
it.
Hutchie.
I'm gonna go for should I? Oh. The thing is, right? I know that Tigger was very shit with availability for scrims mid-season, but I can't remember if he played a lot of tournament matches. Oh, he must have, right? I'm going Tigger.
No.
Fuck.
No, you stupid oaf! Because there's split playtime between Kwayu, Stigger, and Solar.
Yes,
And
I'm
you
well
play a lot
aware.
of
I'm well
fucking
aware.
Flex Zip
I'm
with
well aware.
Every new Junk City, every new Queen Street. Ah, I'm gonna have to go with Newbin, the biggest noob.
The biggest.
Yes.
He calls
Nu-
himself a noob.
Yeah,
you know.
Newman is on there.
I'm gonna go with Blue from VA Cap.
Of course, the goat is there.
Okay, so VA Caplick is completely done.
Oh, I will say,
got
there's
everything.
there's one on here which is very difficult, and I would have never ever thought this person was on there.
Okay.
I mean, the problem with the other teams is like, I assume they have at least two people with the same maps played. You know.
Yeah, there is draws, but there's no draws in the top. Well, there is draws in the top 10, but we've already gone past the draws. So there's no, like, for example,
Like-
11 has less than 10. So 10 is the
Which
10
which places are we missing out here?
You're missing out. You're missing out basically the low position. Well, no, there's one at 3 you're missing out, and then the rest are
Whoa.
9, 7.
Okay.
Three, but that must be our team then, because it's not VA
It has to
Caplick.
be, but it's like a dice roll between Quo, Solar, and just Quo and Solar.
I mean, if Tiger's not in there, then Solar? No, because there's also Star Team. Remember?
Does Starty stop playing after like what, week 5?
After mid-season.
Yeah.
So it's not a DPS of us because it's basically split 4 ways.
One thing I would say is you've got to think the regular season does matter. Because all I'd say is if someone's played every map in the regular season, they have played like they've played a lot of maps.
Did you count maps on forfeits?
No.
Because we've had 2 teams that forfeited against us.
Yeah, exactly. That's why your a lot of your team isn't that high because you've effectively missed 6 maps. So a lot of like the whole of your mid season's wiped out because you don't have those like 6 maps.
But
and
then
that
there's
one
no
there.
one from our team left. There's no way, right?
No, there's no one from your team left. I'll give you a clue.
Yeah,
there's no one from
exactly.
your
And
team
it's
left.
not VA. So,
I think I know where we're going with this.
yeah, okay, well, I'll have to bite and say Kuragari.
Yes.
Yeah! Which was he number
Wow.
3?
No. That's 9.
Whoa. Oh
Okay.
fuck. Okay. Oh no,
Was
wait,
that-
that's
was that
actually
the
just
guy
fucked
you
up my
was-
brain.
Yeah, was that the guy you were gonna go for as well?
Oh yeah, man. Oh, okay. This might be a bit of a punt. Actually, no, it's not. I'm gonna go with Irison.
Well, no, but I'm slightly concerned that this person's CGL name might be different to their gamer tag, so we might have been confused who they are. Number 3.
Oh, for fuck's sake! So I
No,
might have
'cause
just been a Robs.
Irison is PC, right? So
Yes, it wouldn't be.
he's
So
anomalous flex support, but he didn't play consistently.
I
I
don't
think.
believe it's no, it won't be that. No.
I was there for every single time we were in a lobby with them, though.
It's actually
okay.
4-4 at the
Yeah.
moment. So
That's crazy in
it's
tomorrow's turn.
it's not that but like okay, I'm actually giving away a lot because the guy would definitely have gone for solar if I didn't say anything. There's no way.
Hey, I'll tell you something for free. It's not me, okay? It's not me.
It's not you. It's not me. I mean, yeah, we've established it's no one of our team, so. Wait, I'm thinking anomaly because like. But they swapped around so much.
All I'd say
not
is,
Iverson.
who played every single map of their team CGL season?
I think I've.
Is this like an SCR reference? But I'm not too much of an SCR head. No, because
He's trying not to
definitely
give
had
anything away. No way.
different rosters. They constantly different rosters now, with availability.
Okay, I've got two
What's
answers
that?
now. Fuck.
Are you looking at the fucking CGL side in the
No,
background?
I'm not. Genuinely, I'm not. Genuinely, I'm just thinking in my head because I've got
You
one
got-
SCR player and one anomaly
Give us
player
an
in my head.
answer. Give us an answer, Myra.
I'm gonna have to go with Petite Weed.
Yes, Petite Weed is number 3.
What? What? No way.
I'm such a ball
Yes.
knower. I'm such a fucking ball knower. Holy fuck! I was like, it
Unreal,
has to be one of the
unreal
French
ball
teams.
knowledge. Unbelievable.
There is
right.
no fucking
Hachi, you've
way.
got one chance to draw.
Shit.
This is
Oh,
player
shit.
number 9, this is.
Oh my god. There's no way Petite Weed.
I knew it.
That is
'cause
so
I'm just
funny.
saying, He's so bad, and it was just all every.
They
match I
never
watched
subbed
of
him
them.
out. They never subbed him out. What can you say?
Yeah, that was the
He had
only
the
flexible
highest
point.
KD.
He was so bad.
Oh fuck. Oh, I don't know where to go with this now. Now that's a complete like curveball because now it's just
This one
introduced a
is-
completely different
I
team.
mean, I'm not even gonna say anything actually, because you know, I don't want to give the answer away.
Oh fuck it, I'm gonna go You forfeited quite a lot, didn't you?
No.
Then again, you can get foreign play. The regular season. I'm gonna go Staney.
Very close, but it's actually me.
It's you.
Yeah, it's me.
The tank
There's
hours
no
are paying
way.
off.
Yeah,
The tank hours are
the
paying off.
tank guys,
I
because
thought about.
I played every map. I played every single map, and we
I
obviously
thought there must be somewhere where Shadowy has
Yeah,
a crash out and
we
sends you off.
we went to map 5 like 3 times. So
That's true.
yeah,
I actually
That's
thought when I was
crazy.
thinking about SCR, I was like, I thought everyone at least had been subbed off once. I was like, a fish on a big tank. Like no way. Like like if he's on tank then. But apparently, oh fuck.
I was thinking between BTS fan, the ball player, and anomaly, or it was Fish. Or Staney.
No,
So
BTS fan is their DPS player, but he got subbed
no,
off.
what?
Yeah, yes. Super BH2 is their ball player, but they have a second tank that played
Oh,
at the start of the season. A second tank played.
Thank
That,
fuck
so
I
I,
didn't go
I
for
knew
that
it wasn't from Anomaly anymore. It's only Kuragari that played every map from them.
I mean,
That's
Petite
crazy.
Weed was just an unreal ball
Elite
knowledge.
ball knowledge,
That's
bro. Holy fuck.
insane.
Well, I mean, how could I
Oh,
really
yeah.
win against someone who's
I
seen
mean,
all the
It's
replay codes
just
ever
we were
made? So
talking about your game against them earlier. And so I pulled out the stats and I was like, oh yeah, it's true, this Petite Weed guy, I see him everywhere. Like, he's so bad, but he's in every lobby. And like, when you guys streamed your match against them, you know,
Yeah.
and when like we were like talking about our match against them, our first match of the season. He's there, he's always there. Lewood wasn't even there, the guy was already there.
Yeah. Right. We got anything else to do? Or are we gonna wrap it up? Anyone want to add anything else?
I think are you like up to date with like who Lewood is, what's going on with him?
I don't know who Lewood
that
is.
needs to be. Let's go.
Because like after he won against you guys, like
Yeah.
he hard carried his team because
Yeah, he was insane. He's fucking crazy.
Yeah. So after we were like glazing him because he beat you guys basically, and so then we scrimmed against we scrimmed a random French team and he was on that team, and
Just-
like we're Lewood, and we go to like his profile
Yeah.
and he's streaming, he's live. He's live with face cam and everything, and he's like 35 years old. He's rolling a blunt. He's smoking a blunt between maps. He's streaming a CGL game, and he died in a fight against Anomaly.
Yeah.
And he took puffs from a blunt. Like an actual, he was taking puffs from a blunt, like, and he was so high. Like at the end of the game, he had like rolled 3 blunts and smoked them all. And he was so fucking. He didn't say anything. He was just like, oh.
But by the way, his comms are non-existent other than the fucking whether you could touch point or not. That's all he's saying. He's just huffing
Yeah.
blunts and just one-tapping people on Tracer.
That's my
It's
guy.
crazy.
Yeah, he's rolling blunts and everything between maps. It is
We
so
need
fucking
him as
funny.
a guest. We need him as a guest. Linwood, if you're
I
watching
think
this,
there might be a bit of a language barrier, sadly.
I don't think he speaks English. I'm gonna be honest. He's 35 years old in
we
French.
get a translator. We get a translator, Linwood. Please.
And somehow he's high out of his mind, and he's still the best player on his team. I
Oh.
don't understand.
Genuinely insane.
But yeah, that is why he's got so much aura and respect from
That is
Dream Eaters overall.
unbelievable.
That's why
aura.
everyone voted for him as MVP.
That is unreal aura. That, like, I don't even know what to say. I think he might be the greatest of all time. That's unreal.
He's gotta be.
things. That is
Yeah.
crazy. Right, well, going to that is who do we want as that? If we're gonna do another one, who do we want as a guest? So we can shout them out now, so they know we want them on.
I think like anyone from SCR is a real good shot. You know, maybe Octane.
SEO would be
even, you
good.
know?
I
Octane
also
would
think
be-
someone from VA. Someone
Yes,
from Catholic
I
would
I
be
mean,
good.
Yeah.
VA. I'm not sure like if they would be up to it, but I think it's worth asking. You
Yeah.
know.
If anyone on VA is watching this, you know, get in.
Post it
DM
in
me.
Master Tier chat. You know, we'll post it in
Yeah,
the Master
put it in the
Tier
Master
chat. So.
Tier
Yeah, we'll post it everywhere. Post it everywhere. Every single
Yeah.
socials, like Twitter everywhere. Yeah, just spam
I'll
it.
get the Dream Eaters account to retweet it.
Yep,
mate.
yep.
Do you control the Dream Eaters account?
Of course he does.
I
Who else
control
would?
Everything.
Ah.
Eric controls everything in
Of
his team.
course,
No
of
one else has to
course.
say.
The supreme leader.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Actually.
So we want someone from Cat Plague or SCR or Lewood. That's who we want
That's the big three right there.
Yeah.
If you can't get
That's the
Lewood,
big
We
three.
can
then
get
be-
anyone on that. I mean, also, we can get Chinese Dino on, right? I feel like if we can't get anyone else, we can get Chinese Dino.
Yeah, from
I'm
Dream Eaters, everyone's up for it. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
everyone would be definitely down. for
Chinese
it.
Dino, just to ask where Chinese Dino came from, like, would be, insane.
It's
Yeah,
China,
yeah,
bro.
The rise of the Chinese Dino. He's not Chinese, is he?
No, he's not.
No.
No.
Kwaiyu's Chinese.
is he?
Yeah, he's a-
he
He's a
He's
is,
a
he's
short
actually.
Asian,
Does he
short
count-
Asian guy
does
who
he
just
count as
spends
an
his
import?
life on
Nice.
Twitter.
Yeah, I mean, so you can only say one more import then. You got to use that slot wisely.
No, we have China from Kwaiyu and Panama from Tiger.
Exactly. 2 imports. There you go.
So
there
it's
you
filled.
go.
We already
Import
got the
slots
fucking
filled.
imports.
Can't sign a correct Korean flex support now to improve the backline.
Maybe if you can get from Anomaly Kuragari.
Kurigari.
Because-
Yeah.
Their team was like they were not bad. They were pretty. They're like mid, but Kuragari was like the one person actually doing something. Like I remember in our series against them.
Yeah.
In like the semifinals, they were all negative. Like they were all like I think the tank was 1-8 and things like that. And then Kuragari is 17-5. And like how the
Yeah.
fuck is he 17-5?
Yeah.
So I guess it's like their one human. He plays like 200 hours every season, by the way.
Unbelievable guy. Almost as much as Hachi.
True.
No,
Almost as
no
much.
one,
And he's
no
still-
one can beat my
And
grind
Hachi's
set.
still
Simple
in
as that.
diamond, so it's kind of hard.
Hey, hey, listen,
You
listen
are
here,
not
listen
supposed to
here.
say that, man.
Listen here, listen here. I'm doing the weekly flip flop between mid masters and high
right.
diamond. All right, it's a weekly flip flop. All right, it happens.
But-
We go up, we
yeah.
go down.
Maybe by the
But we
next
learn things on the
episode,
way.
Hachi, you'll actually have bought a webcam. Maybe by the next episode.
Maybe.
And then
I
we-
fear
we won't
next
have-
episode I'll be back at home, so we'll
Oh,
be in a different setting
we'll
as
be in a
well.
completely different setting. I mean, yeah. I feel like is
You
that
have a
everything?
phone, no?
Yeah,
It's
use your
perfectly
phone, man.
possible.
That's a
Yeah.
good point.
Next time, next episode, use it. I think we've maybe decided that we need a second episode. I think we've.
It has to turn to something, you know.
We
And not
have
just
to need a
CGL. Like I don't know where you guys are gonna be, but we're gonna be there as well in the league.
I mean, maybe I'll have a team. I need to find a better team this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're also gonna be. We're gonna go tier up. We're gonna go GM.
You're gonna go
tiers and things
GM.
like
Yeah.
that.
I didn't know whether you guys were gonna go open, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
open or GM. It's still.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
still. But like I think Hachi, your team. I mean, you have some GM effectives, right?
Stainy's GM effective.
Yes, we will have to go GM tier, but with Kaizen we can stay like tier 4, like
Yeah.
Masters tier, because it's up to GM5.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm kind of looking forward to joining a new team because it's like I feel like I haven't joined a team with people I don't know for like years, so I'm kind of looking forward to that. Trying to maybe join a
I
completely
think
new team.
I think that's like a good way to like
Yeah.
actually like not stay stuck in the same.
Because like I really like Staney and like I really like playing with him, but like I feel like it's time for us to like actually be on a different team.
Part ways, you know.
Yeah.
Thing is, Solar and I thought that the exact same thing, but
And then you
I
end up in the
I
same
joined
team.
I joined the Dream Eaters trial like a month before
Yeah.
he did, and then I was just like incognito for like 2 months because I was still back at home. I couldn't scrim
Yeah.
or anything. So and then I came back, and then he joined, and I was like, oh shit, well here we go again, I guess.
It's also like you both barely were the guys that passed.
It
Like
was only just.
yeah, it was only just
Yeah.
because we did like Google Forms type things. Like I made like a thing and then I asked every player to rate the trials on like gameplay, hero pool, whatever. And so at the end you tally it up and then you have the conversations. It was barely Hachi, and Hachi kind of made it because the other guy was a raging racist. So
Right.
like,
Do you want to leak his name? Who was he?
it was something with
It's
breach.
Breach
And-
Zero.
Breach Zero.
Yeah,
right.
his team like dropped out of GM
Yeah.
tier.
Shout out to
after
Breach
that-
Zero. We'll get you on if you want.
But the
Let's
guy
not
basically
let's not say any
said, like,
slurs, yeah.
he said not all Arabs are Muslims but are terrorists, but every terrorist is an Arab. He said like his first trial. Like he said, yeah, he said, oh yeah, I got banned from CGL like 2 years
Because
ago
I said
because
this, yeah.
I said this. And we're like, what the fuck? Hello.
Yeah. So if you're out there, what's his name? Breach.
Breach
Breach
Zero.
Zero.
We'll get
you
you
think,
on. We'll
yeah.
get you on. DM me. But yeah, is that everything now? We feeling good.
2
Good
hours.
with
I think
it?
that's it.
2 hours. 2 hours and 2
damn.
minutes. Yeah. To be fair, I actually thought
Yeah.
at one point we were gonna run out of things to say at like 1 hour, but then we managed to do like another
Now
hour.
we're fine. We've
in,
got
like-
loads of different
Yeah.
segments.
Yeah. And I
Especially
guess
the quiz, you know, the quiz.
Yeah, the quiz.
Oh,
Definitely
so
a good
good.
one.
I'll
there,
try and
that
make
was
So
it.
good.
if we do another episode, I'll maybe make actually like a graphic, and then it will look like completely less scuffed, and it won't
Yeah, we
just
can
be
use your
like,
degree for this and everything.
Yeah, my university degree in graphic design. Well, will maybe come in handy.
I mean,
at some
I
point.
think there's enough material out there for like the next 2 or 3 episodes.
Yeah,
Definitely.
But
Especially
at
if we
some
have a
point you're
guest
gonna
of
have
someone on a
to-
different team.
yeah,
Yeah, but like when we start, like we're gonna have to get back into a league where we are all playing. Otherwise, we're gonna run out of material.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
true.
mean, we could always do like a historic episode, right? We could get like Connor Mormon on or something like that. Some
Oh,
old man.
hey!
Yeah.
We get some like old man on, like Spore or something, and Spore can tell us about like 2016.
I mean, Connor Moman is a 1 GM tier, you know.
Oh,
Yeah, he's a big deal these
insane.
days.
I think I tried. I tried to sign Connor Mormon at one point, but then he couldn't sign for my team because he was too high, or something like that. I think.
Happens.
But that was like a while ago. Like that was a while ago. And he wanted to join my team. I think it might have been Connor Mormon. I don't know. It was someone like that who like had been around for ages and was going to join my team, but then they just couldn't. So that was a shame. But yeah, we'll get Connor Mormon on. We'll get any old man who wants to be on, or old woman who wants to be on. Anyone, just DM one of us, and I'm sure we'll get you on.
We'll get it sorted, mate.
Get it started. We'll try
sweet.
not
we
to
have
make.
to like we have to get into a league together, and then
We
we
do.
can do,
We
like,
have
a
to get
weekly
into another
recap.
league.
You know.
Yeah. We have
Aim
to
for
get into
Kaizen.
the league.
Fish not get a Kaizen team. Let's go. Let's try.
I
Yeah,
actually-
but
I
Kaizen,
will look for a
I'm gonna
Kaizen
be
team.
like, yeah, I guess I'm gonna be your coach, actually.
Well,
Well, are you not playing in Kaizen, Mara? Or I mean, no. He's like the.
Well, yeah, but I'm not gonna be in the same league as
Oh
you.
yeah, because it's
you're
PC
gonna be
and
con-
console
yeah,
split.
it's-
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
honestly, I'll have to be on the P. You know, I'm the only PC player in IWL. Yeah, they
Only one?
They just let me play
I mean-
because I'm a Lucio player.
IOWDL was so weird. I tried to look into that to sign up Dream
Yeah.
Eaters, but it was, I don't know, I remember what it was, but something about that server turned me off so hard. I was like, I left the
Vectors in it.
server. I was like, what?
Vectors in it, so that'll be enough to.
I don't know. It was like you had to verify something.
Yeah,
your-
yeah. It's who knows?
your phone number or something and things like that. And I was like,
If
"God
Vector's
damn,
out there
bull
watching this, we'll
content."
have you on Vector as well, and we'll just interrogate you for 3 hours.
Yeah, something about those signups
Yeah.
made me like, I don't want to fucking sign up here.
Yeah.
So
I mean, yeah, we got Kaizen, I guess, coming up, and my team is technically IWR playoffs, but I'm not a player. I'm a coach, and I've given up on that. So,
let me actually open the spreadsheet.
and you can see what's
Then we
coming up.
can really see what's going on.
You enter in
coming
Face It
up.
League, or because Face It League season
We are
Is
two-
it?
in
We're in. We're in
yeah.
basically.
Yeah, yeah.
Chopping it up. In the dubs.
Dream Eaters.
Adding to the Dream Eaters bank account earnings, you know.
Well, did you have to enter? I tried to enter. Well, I didn't try. I was looking to enter in the first season, but it's like like did you have to enter the open tier, like the Face It Open?
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
there were qualifiers where you can like skip ahead.
Yeah, to
At
Masters.
the start of
yeah.
every season, there's like qualifiers, like
Yeah.
if you're an actual good team.
Yeah.
But we didn't do it.
Yeah, because I think
We didn't even.
I mean, I don't know about that, but I assume you guys are too good for the open tier, right? You need to be in like the one above, not the Masters tier, which is like the pro one. You need to be in like the, I don't know what the second one is called, but I assume you
I
need
mean,
to be in the middle one.
The problem is we were looking at like a teams that played last season.
Yeah,
And we scrimmed like the team that came second, and we shit on them.
yeah, yeah. But that's
But
what
this season there's like actual good. There's actually good teams. I
Yeah.
think there's like if you include us, there's like 10 teams that are basically full
Yeah.
GM. So it's not a guaranteed win. We're
Right,
gonna
yeah,
have
yeah.
to still.
What do you need to be top
work
four
for
to be
it.
promoted, or is it?
Yeah, top 4.
Right. Okay. And then is it a promotion tournament, or do you just auto go up?
No, it's playoffs. So top 8 to get into a double elim playoff,
Right. Okay.
and a top 4. If you look at your DM, so fish now,
Oh, I
that's
see,
the
I see.
tournament
Oh,
what we're
so-
tracking.
Console contenders is coming up.
Yeah, console contenders is the one where
Yeah,
we
yeah.
have a chance at like being in the same league.
Yeah. I mean, I said I just need to find a team. Like, I need to be not teamless. So if anyone's watching this and needs I'm sure these guys can verify, a competent main support player, I'm here. I'm here.
There's no chance of like an SCR core or whatever.
Not a chance, Chief. No. So yeah, anyone who might
What are
want to
they doing then?
SCR? Well, I assume Shadowy and JYT are doing something, but I don't know.
Incorrect. Shadowy and quite a lot of players are currently on Bliss Excelsior, and they are a team that
Oh.
are going to be running around.
Right, yeah, yeah.
Well, that team was terroristic in their performance.
Yeah, they blew it all up. There's no one from that original roster on it.
Oh, okay.
It's just completely new.
Interesting.
What's this Saltwater Showdown?
No idea.
Okay, well,
It's I don't know if it's crossplay. I'm not
Right.
sure.
is that the French one you were talking about, or?
No, French one is the purple one.
Ah, right. 'Cause that is coming up at some point. So yeah, I'm sure we'll play together in a tournament at some point. But as I said, we've got enough
Yeah.
content to do at least like 2 more, I think, right? So,
Especially if you get like other people,
Yeah,
guests
yeah.
on.
Brilliant.
Right. Thank you for watching. If whoever
Anyone has?
if anyone's watched at this point, I'd actually be like genuinely shocked.
Do we leave like an Easter egg? You know, if you get to this point.
If you get
If you get to this point, please comment Dino Conda forever.
right,
Dino
Dino Conda
Conda
forever.
forever.
For the
Or-
TNT.
Or you can comment Octane is a client. You can
Yeah,
choose.
no,
one.
Oh, that's the better
yeah,
one.
That's just as good. I'll put a little video at the end. I don't know what maybe I'll put you guys winning CGL at the end.
Oh, that'll be aura.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's good.
that'll be aura, yeah. Right. Goodbye. Bye.
Alright.